Wrestling Gab. What? I'm Dalethea, and this is Travis, and we are going to be watching Friday Night Smackdown. They're just giving a quick clip of what happened when Seth Rollins decided that he was going to go to Edge's house. And they're just showing a whole bunch of previews of what happened between both of them for the last 500 years.
Lots of recaps.
So, if you really want to know what happened between Seth Rollins and Edge, you're going to get it because it's going to happen.
All right. Well, tonight is a special episode of Friday Night Smackdown. It's going to be an extra half hour long. They're going one-on-one with Rampage for a half hour. We're going to see who has the higher ratings.
Yes, Rampage does start,
it starts at its normal time.
It starts at its normal time, but AEW is doing a buy-in, and it's only going to be on their YouTube channel for an hour, so starting at 7 o'clock.
9 p.m. Eastern,
So
you're
9
going to be able to
p.m.
watch
Eastern time.
Rampage.
Yes.
On the buy-in.
Yes, if you're that interested.
It's got Tay Conte's going to be wrestling. She's wrestling Santana Garrett. You're going to see Bobby Fish wrestling some league I've never heard of. And you are going to see Daniel Bryan going one-on-one with the man from Rydell High School. That is Matt Seidel.
Matt Siddle.
And that's all on the buy-in. So the buy-in
Yes.
should flow. That's a pretty good little thing. And then the first match of Rampage, I know we're watching SmackDown, but the first match of Rampage is going to be commercial-free. And I do believe that is CM Punk. Or is it CM Punk that's going on with Sydal? No, CM Punk's going on with Sydal. Daniel Bryan is wrestling the Suzuki that, what's his name beat? John Moxley.
Ah, yes.
All right, Edge is in the ring by himself, by his lonesome, all by himself.
He is out there by his sail.
By myself. I wonder how his wife's doing.
He's going to be all by himself.
Does he feel violated? A man entered his home.
Violated with his home violation. Anyways, it looks like we have Sophie in the chat with us. We also have Aaron out there. We have Ravi with us tonight. We have Film Nation out there. Hey, Film, how's it going? Looks like, Aaron, thumbnails will get updated. That's our next step of doing stuff since everything's going to be inside for a while after this week. We've got things outside that have to get done too, so. But Film says he's got an idea. He thinks for the thumbnail for the live stream. That's nice.
Send it to me.
Send it through some Insta. Sophie says, tonight SmackDown is 2.5 hours. Last half hour is commercial free, growing up against the first half hour Rampage, which will be commercial free. Yeah. Travis just mentioned that, so we got that. Ravi's in the chat. Hey, Ravi. Let's see. Aaron's mad. The Dodgers won last night. Angel fan. Walter is in the chat. Hey, Walter. Hey, Travis and Dalethea. Smackdown. Sophie says, we are our host of this stream. I like this new opening.
All sorts of...
Walter says, Daniel Bryan is now the AEW. Take him off here. Ravi's like, are you ready? Ready for a good time? Sophie says, there are rumors out there that Roman is going to take some time off after next week. Match on. Randy Sam is in the chat saying, hey, Wrestling Gab, Bray just tweeted on Twitter. Mind blown. With the Fiend outfit, if he show up tonight on FS1, I'm lose my mind.
I hope he does. That would be fantastic.
Ravi says, what channel is the Bryan match on?
YouTube.
Is that the buy-in one? It's going to be on YouTube? Ravi says, so TLC canceled then? Yes. Yes, they canceled TLC if anybody hasn't gotten that update yet.
TLC is gone. No TLC this year. No December pay-per-view at all, actually.
Right.
So you're going to have a break from Survivor Series all the way to day one.
Mm-hmm.
I hope day one's going to be exciting. They were going to do it on the 19th, and that's only a couple weeks away from day one.
Right.
So it just doesn't give you a lot of build-up through Christmas. If they do anything on Christmas. Because Christmas is on a Saturday. That means SmackDown would have been on Christmas Eve.
Right.
I would assume they're going to do some pre-recorded stuff on that one.
Probably. So he says with Edge going to Raw, we could see a lot of dream feuds for him, like AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, Big E, Damian Priest, Matt Riddle. Film says, could he be coming back to WWE? Confirmed. Could be pretty interesting. So if it says there's no pay-per-view in December, they are counting the day one pay-per-view on New Year's Day as the December pay-per-view. Yes, that's what Travis is talking about also.
For all the drunks out there that are still hungover.
Right. And Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla, says Ravi, not who I thought would be Mod. Ha ha. Walter's like, hey, Ayla. And Ayla's like, nice setup, guys. I like it. Walter says, nice logo behind you. Ayla says, hi, Walter. Film says, hello, Wrestling Cat people. What's up?
Is it behind us?
Is it? It might be behind us.
Or is it in front of us?
I don't know. It's somewhere around.
Dun, dun, dun.
So if it says you guys have 3 days off this week because Dynamite wasn't on.
Oh, wasn't it so nice?
It was lovely. I had the best Wednesday ever. Dinner was made for me. I got to sit and do nothing. Robbie says, yes, Ayla, full of compliments. And Aaron says, I'm back. Sorry, guys, had my run. Ayla says, what, you gonna block me? Huh? Jokes. Robbie's like, WWE wasting time with Edge entrance. Film says, I am doing good. I'm glad I'm here on this amazing live stream. Film says, can't wait to see my girl, Sasha Banks.
Edge is taking up all the airtime. They're like, we're going to go an hour at the end because Edge is going to take up an hour at the beginning.
Right? Oh my gosh, right? Robbie says, Ayla, would I do that? And Ayla's like, I don't know, you might. Walter's like, guys, SmackDown is on FS1. It is on FS1.
I was getting everything ready on Fox. I'm like, I did it wrong. Bah! That's why we were on so late.
Robbie's like, Ayla, nah. And Aaron gives us a super chat. Thanks for the super chat, hey, Aaron. Appreciate it, man. Says, gonna donate before I go take my run. Awesome. Aaron's like, it's on TNT. That is Rampage AEW, buddy. Walter's like, Aaron, super chat. Robbie says Seth should win this feud, but Edge will win. Seth should win it and just get it over with so we never have to see it ever again. I'm tired of seeing it.
I can see him winning. I don't think Edge is going to win it.
Aaron's like, wait, what? The Learning Channel is gone? No. Tables, Ladders, and Chair pay-per-view is gone. Mitzi says, I remember that Edge slapping John's father. Chris says, can't wait for Bryan Danielson versus Suzuki. And we do have Chris in the chat. Hello, Chris. We have Jeff Samuel. Hey, Jeff. Says, hey, Wrestling Gab. Film says WWE and AEW are both awesome. Exactly. That is the kind of
holy crap. Edge
positivity
all sorts of pissed off.
We want to hear and see. It's probably because of the drugs. Aaron's like, man, no more 90 Day Fiancé and TLC. Aaron's like, because they got rid of TLC. Film Nation says, hopefully WWE doesn't get rid of the pay-per-view TLC since we're not getting it this year in December. Hopefully
they've had it every year since 2009. So, what is that, 11 years they did it in a row? If you count 9, it'd be, what, 12?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Aaron says, I don't know. Ravi says, cool logo, D. Travis. And Ravi said, Aaron, what will D watch now? I don't know. But Ravi's the one that watches that stuff, so.
Yeah, 12 years in a row.
He probably would be more upset.
12 years in a row they watched TLC.
Sophie says, I think this is the first time in a while that we are going to have a long break between pay-per-views and the writers have plenty of time to build feuds.
Well, hopefully they'll do it right. I would assume they're going to take a little bit of time off at the end of January, so they'll build the feuds up a little bit at the beginning of December, and then closer to Christmas time they'll probably get some time off.
Scumbag Sami Zayn. Sophie says, you're going to have a 3-day break next week as well because Dynamite will be on Saturday for the second week in a row.
2 weeks.
Walter says, good wrestling, long night. And Ravi says, a wise woman on the Gab said, it's Edge's time to shine. Is that you that said it, Ravi?
Very wise.
I didn't know that you were a wise woman.
Very wise woman.
It's very strange. What you looking for?
Toothpicks. A jar of them somewhere.
There they are.
Here he comes.
Finn Balor's out there.
Finn Balor, I think he has
a tournament match for King of the Ring. By the way, we do have King of the Ring matches on tonight. Tonight is the Finn Balor versus, Sami Zayn?
Yes.
One. And then on Monday, we will have, who is it?
On the guy's side, it is Xavier Woods versus Jinder Mahal.
That's right.
The modern day Maharaja.
So I guess we'll see how that works out. Let's see. Chris says, if this was rated R Edge, he would go to Seth's house and have an encounter with big time Bex. LOL. Right? And Ayla says, are you guys in your office or the living room? Office.
Office.
Vindicator's in the chat. Hey, Vince says, hello there, Dalethea and Travis. Happy to see you as always. Let's hope for a great supersized SmackDown from start to finish.
It's going to be a big
on
one.
my birthday. What? Well, happy fucking birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Are you having a drink? Stay away from those trees, buddy, if you have drinks. Walter says, are you guys going live this Saturday for AEW Dynamite?
Yes.
Travis will be going live for AEW
here.
Dynamite. I will not be here. I had made other plans, not knowing that we were going to have AEW on Saturday, or else I wouldn't have made those plans. But
yeah, she's going to watch
Travis
the play
said
Clue.
that we don't have anything, so you can go. So I was like, okay. So I made those plans like about a month ago, or 3 weeks ago or so. Anyways, Walter's like, happy birthday, Vin. And Vin says, thank you very, Walter. Ayla says, Ravi is a wise woman. You go, Glenn Coco. Right? Chris says, Balor Club, baby. Ravi says, haha, D, what is she spouting? It's Edge time to shine. Oh, so you are spouting it. So you are the wise woman. What?
Everything's like missing.
What are you looking for now?
Remotes. I just want to see what that says.
Oh. Let's see.
Special start time, 12 p.m. Eastern.
Vindicator's like very much LOL instead
so
of very
it's starting
Walter.
at 10. I think I already knew that.
Mm-hmm. Sophie says they put Roman on a Raw taping when they go to Long Island the week after Survivor Series. And Sophie says Tony Khan was talking big all week about SmackDown being 2.5 hours. And Ayla says, happy birthday, Vin. Ravi says, Ayla, mans don't know who Glenn Coco is. And Walter's like, Finn Balor for the win. And Ayla says, you don't know Glenn Coco? Chris says, honestly, I don't care who wins this.
I don't care who wins.
Vindicator's like, thank you fucking much, delete that. You too, Travis. And no trees were harmed during this day that it came into the world a few years ago. Oh, I wasn't talking about trees being harmed. I was worried about the trees harming you. Don't be drinking too much and run into trees. They hurt you, remember? Stitches and all that stuff. Sophie says, oh, happy birthday, Dee. We will miss you here, and the ratings for Dynamite might not be great the next 2 weeks because it is on Saturday.
Right. Although it is in the day on Saturday. It's going to be better than having it on a Friday night. Like Rampage.
Ella says, we all must bow to the wise woman, Ravi. Vindicator's like, yay, thank you, Ayla, much appreciated. And Ravi says, Ayla, no, I don't. And Ravi also says, Vindicator, happy B-Day. And Vindicator says, thank you, Ravi. Ayla says, shaking my head, he got 2 candies. 2 candies for you, Glen Coco. Good for you, Glen Coco. No bells? I don't know who Glen Coco is either, but it sounds hilarious.
Oh, Glenn.
Glen Coco. Whoever Glen Coco is.
Oh, you don't know?
I don't know. I'll have to look up Glen Coco at some point. Alright.
I went to look up something and I grabbed my phone now. I don't know what it is because Tran was talking to me about He-Man toys.
He-Man toys? Nice. It's a
He's
good
like,
thing to talk about.
Yeah, he's like, he sent me this. He's like, they're freaking remaking He-Man toys. And I was like, you probably already have them all in your attic. And he's like, yeah, probably.
All right, here's a trivia question for you. What year did WrestleMania officially debut? Even though I missed the commercial break.
What it was. I wanted to look at my stuff.
Let's see. Sophie says at least when AEW goes to TBS, they won't be moved around too much. Nayla says, mean girl. Robbie says, so Becky is going to cheat to win, or EST going to get involved? Maybe.
Yeah, there's going to be some cheating.
Sophie says, Tony Khan did hint that AEW might get their own streaming service one day, kind of what the WWE Network was. And Film says, after we're done with SmackDown, I can't wait to see Adam Cole, baby.
Baby!
Robbie says...
Is he wrestling?
I never heard of it.
I didn't think Adam Cole was wrestling. Is he wrestling in the big tag team match at the end? Because I know CM Punk's wrestling tonight, and that's big.
Yeah.
And Daniel Bryan's wrestling, but that's on the buy-in show. So I don't consider that counting.
It was like the movie Mean Girls is just a quote. Oh, I see. When they give him the Valentine's candies or whatever. That's right. That's right. That's where it's from.
He's been beaten down, persecuted.
That is
Oppressed.
not too surprising. He did have that documentary done about how horrible he was treated.
It's true. And it's facts.
It is facts, because it was a documentary and they followed him around and followed every aspect of his life about
Right.
it.
So it has to be real.
Totally real. Film says it's going to be awesome. Vindicator says, thanks, Sophie. And so far I only had 2 glasses of Chardonnay and some T-bone steak. And besides, trees become less imposing during the fall when all the leaves fall off. Yet their trunks still exist.
Right, and they have sharp sticks. Speaking of which, we had a giant one fall off one of our trees. Tried to kill me.
So remember I posted that snow, like, that you guys saw, that picture on Instagram? Okay, so it snowed like that overnight, and we had probably about 2 inches down in our valley area where we're at, and it got kind of cold, and so it broke a lot of trees. Like, the poor things weren't ready for it to be that cold and snowing. And the weight of the snow, it was really heavy snow. Anyway, Sophie says, so this is a light week for you guys with Dynamite being on Saturday the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, but we still have to go 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Now.
Anyways, the answer to that...
And I think next... Never mind. Don't even listen to my...
The answer to the trivia question is 1985.
Yes, I knew that one.
1985. He said something too, and then he was saying the same year almost on the show. I'm like, what?
All right, throw Sami Zayn into the ropes. Rolls him up. Finn Balor kicks him in the head. Sami Zayn does not stand a chance in this match.
No, but he should, right?
Except he should win.
He should win because he's a bad guy, where Finn really isn't.
Right, but we need Finn Balor to wrestle
Even
Jinder.
the Demon isn't a bad guy. Really? I mean, if he's such a bad guy, then he should have won against Roman, but he's kind of a good guy, so he lost.
The ropes broke. What kind of bullshit was that? The ropes broke. Because the big fat demon up there. Yeah. All 147 pounds of him.
Well, it's probably because he's a demon, so
One,
he's got more weight to him. Ayla says, Ravi, you should crawl out from your rock and watch a classic. And Walter says, boo, Sami Zayn. Ravi says, Sami gonna win. Sophie says, I will be surprised if Sami Zayn does go to the finals in Saudi, a place he hasn't been to since the WWE struck a deal with Saudi Arabia a few years ago.
Yeah, he's losing tonight.
I wish he would be able to go, but yeah, he can't go. He's Serbian. They don't like them over there.
Syrian.
Oh, Syrian, my bad. Syrian. About the same thing.
Oh.
I think it's on the same continent. If it's in the same continent, it's about the same.
Pretty sure Serbia is under Turkey and Syria is in Africa.
Oh.
But I could be wrong.
Syria probably is in Africa.
I think it's right next to Egypt. To the left.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's where they have all that conflict and stuff, yeah. Anyways.
So that is a different continent.
It is a different continent. Damn it. I was hoping it was the same.
Over the top! Finn Balor!
Ravi says,
Getting dirty.
Ayla, I don't watch Finn's. Finn's too tough.
Finn is just
Chris says, honestly, this match with Finn versus Sami could be Mania main event, but it's a TV match, so it will be a short match, and this could be match of the year, but they have to lower the quality of wrestling.
You know, it could be. Sami Zayn can get it done. Finn Balor's one of the greatest ever in-ring performers. And, yeah, they can get it done. But WWE doesn't do long, extended, fantastic in-ring matches. You just don't see it very often. Although, Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt did it, 7-8 years ago? That was great. But that was a long time ago.
Right. A long time ago. Trivia question. What started the WWE Alliance conflict in 2001?
Boom. Anybody know?
I don't.
I don't know what an alliance conflict is.
Ayla says there's a guy on TikTok from our town. He went around Ross Park after the storm. Lots of trees broke.
You follow people from Pocatello on TikTok?
He sounds very popular. What a dummy. I would never watch that. Ayla's like, tough, question mark? Like, TUFF. Roberto's in the chat. Hey, Roberto says, I can't watch WWE SummerSlam. I don't have FS1. Well, it's Smackdown.
It's just Smackdown, which is probably what he meant.
And he's like, I mean Smackdown. Yes. I'm sorry you don't have FS1.
Yeah, that's a pain in the
sucks.
butt, isn't it? Like, that's what I was thinking. A lot of people are going to be missing it tonight.
But can you watch it on the Fox Sports
You can
app?
be watching baseball. Actually, I don't even think there's fucking baseball on tonight.
Can you watch it on the Fox Sports
Well,
app?
there's probably American. I don't know. I didn't try. I got on there and then I panicked and left.
Walter says, I heard the movie guys will go on strike soon. Oh, good for them. Sophie says, what did you guys watch on Wednesday night with AEW not being on, which threw off a lot of AEW fans? We watched Halloween movies, actually.
Oh,
we
I
watched
watched,
scary movies.
Yeah, the kids.
We watched the Monster Squad.
Monster Squad.
We did some of our normal October activities.
Monster Squad.
Robbie says, Ayla, I will let you work it out. Ayla says, do I need to Google? And Robbie says, Ayla, you could try. Ayla says, I tried. Sophie says, I wonder what would have happened if they didn't have the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view. Will they have brought back the King of the Ring and Queen's Crown tournaments? Yes. They would have brought him back no matter what.
And there would have been a different pay-per-view. We'd have probably got whatever would have been here. I was going to say Hell in a Cell, but I think they already did that like a long time ago. So whatever they would have put at this time, Vengeance or something. Vengeance. Or they could have done TLC this month. But.
They have meat. Robbie says this match is poppin'.
So after Saudi Arabia, we're going to see a whole bunch of cross-branding.
Walter says superstar Billy Graham's heart is not doing okay. Prayers for him.
He's been having a rough year.
Who's Billy Graham?
Superstar Billy Graham. He's just an old wrestler from the 80s, 70s. Just a stud. He was all on roids. Shit, he had a fake hip in the 90s. Like that, I can't believe that dude's still around.
All right, so here's the answer to that trivia question real quick. Shane and Stephanie McMahon bought WCW and ECW and formed the Alliance.
That's what I figured it was, but that's just dumb. It was the worst invasion angle of history.
Stupid.
Right? Meow.
Right? Meow. So this is not that many paid. Bill have FS1. Ravi says use he'sgoal.com. Chris says, have you seen Halloween Kills? It was okay. Not gonna watch it.
It came out today. We can actually watch it on Peacock. Is it Peacock?
Peacock, yeah.
Yeah, Peacock.
I just don't. It just looks stupid. I don't.
Yeah, if you're a Peacock subscriber, I think you can watch it right now.
Ayla says, no, I don't follow random people from here. I get people you may know on my main For You page. Ew, that's barfo. Nobody wants to know those people.
Do you have King Dwayne? King Dwayne has like 4,000 subscribers. He's from here.
That's terrifying.
He does like interviews as like professional wrestlers. So it's pretty funny. Like to laugh at.
Well, that's all TikTok is to laugh at.
Is it?
Yeah, there's nothing serious.
You just make fun of yourself.
Yeah, you just make yourself into a fucking reject, and
he does
people
full
love
out
it.
like he wears his like championship belt and his king's crown or whatever, and he just gets on there and just does interviews with himself.
So he like does the question as the interviewer, and then he does the answer as the interviewer.
I don't know if he does the first part. I don't think he does the first part.
Well, that's not very good of him. Then he should be like all dressed up like an interviewer, and then dress up as the wrestler and answer the question.
Shit, no matter what, Sammy wins it. No.
He should answer. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
He does that shit, but not the Mean Gene part. But
he has to ask the questions. It doesn't make any sense if you don't ask the questions. It would be way funnier.
But he's always talking shit about Andrade because he's in love with Charlotte, and so Andrade gets the short end of the stick constantly. I mean, it's on the verge of...
I'm going to go report him.
It's on the verge of racism.
Report him as offensive.
It's like Bobby Heenan back in the
offensive.
80s. Was Bobby Heenan in the 80s racist, making fun of Tito Santana all the time? The flying burrito. Like, he had a flying forearm that he used.
Was it called that?
It was called a flying forearm.
Oh.
And Bobby Heenan called it flying burrito.
That is fucking awesome. The guy should have embraced that and been like, that's the best name for it ever.
Oh, I'm sure Tito Santana loved him.
I'm going to give you the super taco kick here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Come on!
Enchilada Supreme. Sami
funny.
Zayn, too much.
Come on, they gotta have jokes at some point, right?
1, 2. Oh, the referee caught him.
Oh, that bitch. Just kidding. Robbie says, Ayla, too tough UK slang for not a lot or not too much. Ayla says, I just watched all the Blade movies, just the perfect amount of cheese. You can be lactose intolerant and still watch. Vindicator says, Ayla, were you surprised to see Robbie join up on Luke's team? I thought Fat Lisa would get that role before he would. Ayla's like, I thought you for sure, Vin. Sophie says, I think they should
Vin didn't want to be a mod. I tried to make him a mod before, and he said no.
That and you have to be here constantly. And
Vin's
Vindicator
here all the time.
is here all the time, but he said no. But Piccolo isn't here all the time, so he.
Oh, the coup de grace! I missed it. 1, 2. Oh, so close.
Wow.
This is a good one, guys.
Sophie says, I think they should have stretched out both tournaments for a month or two instead of rushing it in 2 weeks.
Right.
That would have worked better, yes, and still had it at the end of Crown Jewel would have been fine. Vindicator says, Ravi has been great, though. No spammers to annoy us. Ravi says, cheers, Vin, you're cool, too.
Or what would have been cool is having it one night. Both tournaments in one show. One pay-per-view type show. Mm-hmm. Where everybody has to wrestle 2, 3, 4 times that night. Now it's over. The coup de grace.
He slipped on his slipperiness.
The Prince.
Let's see. Ayla says, I'm too hot-headed to handle the blue wrench. Walter says, yes, got it. Oh, you pushed it out. That's why. I'm like, why am I having a hard time seeing it? It's so far away.
Well, it's so you can stand up.
Great. Well, I'm not watching this anyways, so I'll just look at my phone instead, I guess.
Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Jinder Mahal, Xavier Woods. Now it's just Finn Balor. And who is going to go up against Finn Balor? Obviously, Jinder Mahal.
It better be, because it'd be weird if it was the other one.
No.
Walter's like, yes, got it. Vindicator says, hello, Nyla. You know I'm not the disciplinary material. Sophie says the Alliance storyline would have been a hit if they had the bigger names. Robbie says, Travis, would you say the Pele kick is a good move?
Why not? I mean, obviously it can't hurt. But in real life it couldn't hurt you, but it looks fun. You okay?
No, I have a headache, and trying to read that far away makes it worse. So, Sophie says it will be weird seeing Travis alone tomorrow. Walter says, okay, at 9 p.m. I'm going my time. I will be here Saturday for AEW. Travis will be here. Dalethea, have a nice day off on live. Ayla says, no, I don't. I only follow a few people. No, there's story times. I just watched some girl's playlist about cancer.
Oh.
That sounds like she's joking and making fun of things. Vindicator says we more impressions from Dalethea to make Smackdown a bit more watchable on a weekly basis. What? It's fine. You can leave it a little bit further back if you need to see it, but at least I'm not going like this. What does that say?
Yeah, but now there's no way to stand up.
You can't stand up?
No, I mean, I could if I got in the middle, but...
Are you afraid that you'll hit yourself? You could always move your chair back instead of having it as forward as possible.
It's not as forward as possible. It's forward enough where if I lay back...
Yeah, you don't need to lay back, though.
I want to put my feet up sometime.
You don't need to put your feet up. You're talking about standing up. There's no reason to put your feet up.
You never know what kind of match you're going to be watching. Some of them are lay down, just chill match, and other ones are like, get him, punch him in the face.
Yeah, all of them are lay down.
Nuh-uh.
Close your eye matches for me.
We need to know when it's 9 o'clock, everybody on the East Coast. Or 8 o'clock in your Central. Or 7 o'clock in your Mountain. Or 6 o'clock on your Pacific. So I can turn Rampage on.
Trivia question. How many WrestleManias were held in the city of Houston?
What the fuck kind of question is that?
It's a very legit question. You should know it.
Nobody should know what places they were.
Answers.
I just know WrestleMania 3 was in Pontiac, Michigan. That's it. That's the only one I know.
Vindicator says we need more impressions from Dalethea to make SmackDown a bit more watchable on a weekly basis. ODU. Chris says on NXT 2.0 they showed a cloaked figure.
Yes.
Vignette.
Yeah.
People think it could be Dakota, Elias, or Scarlett. Ayla says Vin.
It's Scarlett Bordeaux. We all know who it is. Come on.
It looks like Vin, you could totally take charge, wipe the trolls into shape.
Who has a body like that?
Shape. Robbie says Sammy is going to hold his own, and Sophie says people compare NXT 2.0 to Monday Night Raw.
What people?
Exactly. Raleigh's in the chat. Hey, Raleigh, nice to see you, buddy. He says, hi, Travis, Dalethea, hope you okay. Sonya Deville, first match since SummerSlam 2020. Also, she had to delete Twitter and Instagram because of horrible comments. Hope she's okay. Not nice. Love stream from UK.
Awesome.
That's not surprising. People tend to be all weird about that stuff. Chris says, maybe I could be a mod. LOL.
Why would people be upset about Sonya Deville?
I don't know.
I mean, obviously,
why
somebody
would you
broke
be
into her
so
house.
upset to put horrible comments on somebody's thing?
Is it
so
because
much
she's
so
a lesbian?
that she wanted to delete that because of it? How
she should
fucking
embrace
pathetic
it.
of people.
I would just embrace it.
I mean, you'd have to. It's just ridiculous. Ayla says Vindicator is a cat then? He is a cat. Vindicator says, yeah, low-key troll like myself could do a great job with that virtual bullwhip. No mercy unless the trolls are actually entertaining. Sophie says, you could pick anybody to be a mod, I see.
Who said that?
Why did you have to do that?
I know.
Oh my god. I was just enjoying the fact that there was no smell in this room and you took your shoes off. Oh my god. I'm gonna die.
I could gag a maggot.
Oh my god. Seriously.
It's the insoles of the shoes.
Sure it is, honey.
It's those insoles. It's those nice insoles. They have like a disgusting tape smell to them, like a glue.
Yeah, that's what it is. Somebody says, you can pick anybody to be a mod. Yes, you can technically pick anybody to be a mod, but we don't like to just pick any cheesy person. Zoe Ziegler says, finally. Chris says Finn Balor wins. Sophie says they could do a one-night tournament for both King of the Ring and Queen's Crown for a solo pay-per-view.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Like a full out, and they could do more rounds, and the people would have to wrestle like 4 or 5 times in one night to become
and have
king.
a 3 or 4 hour pay-per-view about it.
Yeah.
Ella says, not anybody, Sophie. Loyal fans that have been here a while. Sophie says, how do you decide who you want to be a mod? Exactly what Ayla said. Vindicator says, Desmond was a fun troll, though. Should have given Aaron some lessons. And Sophie says, I have been here almost every stream. Ayla says she has cancer. She was talking about her journey. Sad. I like neighbor drama, too. Wish I got my bad neighbors on camera. I'd be famous.
I have a neighbor that stands outside and just yells every single day. I should just start videoing her.
That she does?
Every freaking day. Tiara was here today. We're sitting out in his truck, and she yelled for at least 25 minutes.
At her kids?
Dog.
At herself? At the dog?
At the black dog that gets out.
Jasmine?
Mm-hmm. Just screams. It's like, wouldn't it just save you 1,000 calories in voice to just go get the dog?
She can't. She's handicapped in all ways.
I guess.
No, she is. Like, I mean, she's handicapped in all ways. She has a handicap placard. She runs around with, like, a crutch. Like, I'm pretty sure she's, like, one of those fakey people that fake being broken all the time so that they can get shit from the government.
I wonder if her parents own that house.
I don't know, but there's no way she owns it, because how the fuck does she pay for it?
What's that saying?
She doesn't have a goddamn fucking job unless she works from home. But I highly doubt that she's that motivated.
No, I think she has state helpers that come over all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cars over there all the time with, like, banners on the side.
Yeah, it's either that or drug dealers.
Yeah, they usually don't put banners.
How do you know? Maybe they're trying to pretend they're a
Weed.
legit business. No, they don't have to say they're weed. They can pretend they're a cleaning business. Raleigh says, love the Wrestling Gab logo behind you on your curtains or sheet. That looks cool, guys. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Sophie says, why do you think they drop the King of the Ring pay-per-view and do it every once in a while?
You know, there again, that would be the perfect one, right? King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring, pay-per-view. Do all of them in one night. 3.5 hour pay-per-view.
Right. Vindicator says, Alita and Ayla should meet up one day and have a cook-off for the right to be in Luke and Ravi's exclusive treehouse club of authoritarians. Teasing. Ayla's like, I'm not a cook, hardly a baker anymore either.
She's out of the game.
You could always leave your kids at home and you could always come to my house and bake shit. Sophie says, don't you remember the Sonya Stalker story from last year? Yes. Hence why she probably
right,
cut off
and
her
then
shit.
there's a bunch of stalking storylines going on with Seth and Edge. I love it.
It's awesome.
And she's in on it, like she's there.
Rafi's like Travis with cheesy feet, ha ha ha. Film's like,
It's not cheese.
Is Sasha Banks wrestling? I know she's going up
Yes.
against Becky Lynch.
Yes, they're wrestling tonight.
It was like, I can't say pussy, so I put a cat. Oh, a pussy cat. Sorry. He's a pussy. Got it. Raleigh says, which show are you watching? But if both are AEW Rampage or just Smackdown, too much wrestling, ha. Well, right now it's just Smackdown on, honey. The other one, Rampage, actually Rampage doesn't start until 8.
The kickoff show, their 1 hour
10
buy-in starts at
Eastern
9.
time. But the buy-in show for AEW starts at 9 Eastern time, and that's actually on YouTube. So anybody should be able to watch that one if they wanted. Sophie says Travis' feet smell like old eggs. Medicare says, dang, I remember last chat I asked Travis to do a news ticker scrolling on the screen about the release of your infamous donuts. Ayla, sad face. Chris says, another Drew promo. Ayla says, I'd love to make donuts again, or anything. One day, one day. Robbie says, weren't the Street Profits nearly split up by Vince?
No, I don't think it was them, but I think Omos and AJ Styles were almost split up. Can you imagine if they would have done that to the Street Profits? Dawkins would have been on the unemployment line.
Right? Ayla's like, scare her out so I can buy her house. Vindicator says, that's right, you gotta keep the faith. Baking can be just like riding a bike. Chris says they just showed Shotzi on the new roster picture. No Tegan Knox. She didn't get drafted.
She's on Raw.
She did, but she got drafted to Raw. They split them
they're
up.
on different teams.
Sophie says the WWE blamed Bray Wyatt for his release from the company.
Yeah, I heard that. They had a lot of problems with him. He was becoming argumentative or something.
Robbie says, oh, Ayla, you should make her an offer. It was like, maybe. What is even a teaspoon? What is it?
What's a teaspoon?
I don't know. Isn't it that thing you eat ice cream with?
Yeah.
Vindicator says a spoon used for stirring tea, but you hear Dalethea, prize-winning kitchen is always open to you. It's not a prize-winning kitchen, but it is a kitchen she could come bake in.
It's a $1 kitchen, but if you're in there by yourself, there's plenty of room.
Ella says, I can't offer what she'd probably want in this market, Ravi. Travis and Dalethea live in a prime location. According to the prices of housing around us, yeah, it is. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, people want to live here. There's a house down the street that is not very big, and it's going for like $279.
Yeah.
And it's pending.
Yeah. Rev says, Travis, do you think Becky is better now than she was before she had her kid?
No. But her body's tighter. Her body actually came back better.
Yeah, she probably worked a lot harder at what she was doing.
Right.
Sophie says the Street Profits and AJ Styles were almost split up by Vince before they changed their minds.
Is
Raleigh
this
says,
happening tonight?
Start again. Are you going to watch 30 minutes extra of Smackdown, Sasha versus Becky, or first 30 minutes of AEW Rampage?
Both.
Just wondering. Sorry, hope that not confusing.
Yes.
We're going to do both. We're going to do some picture-in-picture.
We're going to get them both up on this big screen and watch absolutely both of them.
Kind of like how we used to do NXT and AEW.
And then right when SmackDown's over, we're ending our stream.
Yeah, we're done.
And then I'll watch the rest of Rampage by myself.
Sophie
But they
says-
put all the main events on Rampage at the beginning anyways, so.
Yeah.
Look at Naomi. Holy shit. Don't bounce around, girl. She might fall out.
I'm very distracted.
She's like,
By the glow.
her eyes are up here. I don't care. I don't see any eyes at all. Actually, I don't because that light is hitting her eyes. She needs to become a little bit meaner, I
I
think.
know, she seems to be a bitch.
Nobody gives a shit about your glow.
I know, I hate it. It's like the dumbest gimmick.
But come on, Naomi. Looking like somebody just found a $100 bill.
Mm-hmm.
Is she wrestling her tonight?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Sonya's going to wrestle. I don't see it happening.
You don't think she's going to wrestle? You think she's going to have somebody else do it?
Something. I feel like there's something. I didn't feel like she was even in an outfit to wrestle.
Did I forget to answer that trivia question? The answer to that trivia question of how many times WrestleMania was held in Houston was 2.
It's the dumbest question ever.
It's not dumb.
It's pretty dumb.
It's a trivia question for
It should
wrestling.
be like 7 or something if you're going to have it as an answer.
Here's
2.
another trivia question that'll probably be pretty stupid.
My own business.
Perv. In one of Monday Night Raw's incredible times, what did former Raw GM Eric Bischoff swear Chris Jericho and John Cena in their match for the WWE Championship later that evening?
Why'd he swear?
It's probably like, what did he have him swear? In one of Monday Night Raw's incredible times, what did former Raw GM Eric Bischoff have Chris Jericho and John Cena swear in their match for the WWE Championship later that evening?
Like, what did they have to promise?
Yeah, like, what did they promise would happen?
There would be a victor. I have no idea.
Sophie says, do you want Money in the Bank back at WrestleMania or keep it as its own pay-per-view?
Oh, I like that one. Keep it as its own pay-per-view.
Film says, can't wait to see Sasha Banks' armpits. So excited. Oh,
Woo!
yeah. Then here's like, Bray Wyatt's ego is as big as his sweaters. He was great for that company, though. Just wasted like most of McBossman 21st Century Experiments. It's probably because they wouldn't give him his own
What the
creativity. If they
you
were...
see that guy's hair?
Yes.
It was like a backwards Dracula.
If you're going to have somebody who has a character that is literally loved by people, and he wants some creative control over it because he made that character, you can't just say, no, we have to have the creative team do it. You can't have anything to do with it.
Let him go.
And let them just fall on their face. They do something that, can't be whatever, then you're done. Film says, sorry, Becky, have a lot of respect for you, but I gotta root for Sasha. Raleigh says, okay, thanks, cool. And Ayla says, you're next to a school close to town, huge lots, and you're not in an HOA as far as I'm aware. Nope. That was my first question when I looked at houses in this area. I was like, is there an HOA? If there is, I'm not living there. Robbie says, D loving life that she's watching all the wrestling tonight. Raleigh says, this should be a good match, Naomi versus Sonya. Film says, or should I
Here it
say,
goes,
I'm
guys.
going to cheer for Sasha Banks.
Cut the music.
She's
See?
in a suit still.
That's what I said. There you go. Oh. Oh, fuck. Ouch. There you go. Naomi's got to go 1-on-2 versus Shayna Baszler, basically, and Sonya. But Sonya's not even going to be involved. I don't feel like it's an abuse of power. I think it's using her noodle.
Exactly.
When you have power...
Don't work harder, work smarter, people.
Right. She's not even going to have to break a sweat.
She really just has to stand there on the outside of the ring. She doesn't even have to do it. She doesn't have to stand up there. She doesn't have to get in. She doesn't have to do anything.
I think she's going to get in the ring. Look at that.
She is wearing some wrestling type boots, things.
Yeah.
So I guess she could do something.
Naomi doesn't look scared, but Naomi's not winning this. I can tell you that. Shayna's getting a huge push, so she's not losing.
Well, she's in the Queen's crown, so there's no way. Okay, so those pants make Naomi look like she has stick legs. Like she's got this big butt and little sticks hanging off of her legs. It's looking like
creepy
a bird.
Looking like a robin.
Yeah, it's creepy looking.
Oh shit!
Sonya just slapped her in the face. That's not very nice of her.
So is it a handicap match where both women can be in the ring at the same time? Or all three women can be in the ring at the same time? Naomi kicks her in the back of the head.
The answer to the trivia question was the loser will be fired.
Shit, look at that. Drop toe hold. Oh, big knee. She just kicked her right in the butt. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? Like, I just want to kick her in the butt to see what it'd feel like.
Boing. Boing, 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 boing.
Smack.
Sophie says, did you see the rumored card for Full Gear that Tony Khan had with him this week? No, I didn't.
Yeah, I guess he told everybody what all the matches were going to be, and they haven't even got there yet in their storytelling.
Weird.
But we do know the main event's going to be Adam Page versus Kenny Omega in the main event for the world title. So obviously Adam's going to win it. Your boy's going to be world champion.
Which boy? Adam?
Adam. Is it Adam Page? Isn't that his name? Yeah.
Adam Hangman Page.
Sonya Deville helping out the girls. I was like, what's her butt say? Glue?
Glow.
Glow, I know.
Her ass says glow.
Oh, shit. Naomi's going to go to sleep.
You wanted a match.
She's going to go to
Phil's
sleep.
like, ha ha ha, my eyes are up here, lol. Robbie says, is it Naomi one annual match for the year, ha ha, right? Ayla says, George's parents live in prime location too.
Look at this. She's going to get pinned by Sonya Deville. Right in the center of the squared circle, guys. Naomi probably shouldn't have taken that match. Sonya beat her right in the middle of the ring.
That's fucking hilarious. And mean at the same time.
It felt a little lopsided, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. She asked for a match.
Careful what you ask for.
Exactly.
Maybe this will get her out of the glow.
And get her into meanness.
And she can fight back.
Be with the family. Vindicator says, interesting that Naomi is playing from the Bliss playbook with the pigtails. Let's hope she doesn't develop a fixation or fascination with scrapyard dolls, lol.
Does the head of the table start going, what's going on over here? It's part of our bloodline, you know? She's being disrespected. Let's bring her into the family.
Right?
You know, or something. Bring her in.
Raleigh says, poor Dalethea, I like your questions. They're hard, though. I can't get any arg, not fair. Chris says, Sonya about to return. Sophie says, I don't remember the answer to that question. Sophie says, both AEW and Impact want Bray Wyatt in their company. Vindicator says, Travis, would you rather be on the WWE or AEW creative team or commentary team?
Well, I'd rather be on the WWE creative team if
they actually took your ideas and used them.
If I actually got to get used, right? The AEW creative team, I don't know if one actually exists. I think it's just the wrestlers get together right before the show and say, hey, let's make everybody look good.
Oh my god.
But look at Seth's pants. Come on.
It's so outfit.
It looks like one of those like weird Charlie in the boxes. It's Charlie in the box. Nobody likes the Charlie in the box.
Vindicator says this would be pretty. Felt bad for Naomi, and Robbie says he knew Sonya wouldn't fight. Film says, come on, Shayna Baszler, what are you doing? And Sophie says, we are going to see Sonya back in the ring at some point. And Film's
we just got to see her wrestle.
Face.
What more could you ask for?
Robbie says Naomi is going to be in the same hospital ward as Nia after this match. Nope, they didn't break her arm.
They didn't go for that arm break.
Film says, is Sonya going to win this match? She did. Luna's in the chat. Hey, Luna. So if it says CM Punk versus Wardlow is rumored for Full Gear, along with John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole versus Christian Cage.
What? John Moxley? No.
That's just dumb.
If John Moxley loses to freaking Daniel Bryan, there's gonna be hell to pay.
Right? Here's a question for you. How long did Tommy Dreamer's domination last?
Well, right up until he said that Ric Flair didn't molest that girl, and then said that she was overreacting, and that's when he lost his job. That's the guy that got fired for the airplane stuff.
That's just dumb.
Old Tommy Dreamer. I didn't know he was dominant, so I'm gonna say I have no idea.
It's good to know. I'm glad you came to that conclusion. So, Raleigh says, oh dear, Naomi gonna lose. Tony Khan had a piece of paper with him at an NFL game. Someone took a pic. It had all the Full Gear matches written on it. Whoops.
Oh, fuck. That's hilarious.
Luna says, I see Sonya's authority gimmick figure has been inspired based off by Chief Brand Officer Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, it's basically a Steph. She even looks like Steph a little bit.
Right. Film says, no, fix your pants, Seth Rollins.
Hey, look,
And Sophie
this
says,
commercial. I don't know what it is, but it just
from-
reminds me of. Well, how'd you become king then? Okay.
Okay. Your dog's being stupid out
She's
there.
been whining the whole time.
Phone says, is Sonya going to win this match? I already read that one. Sophie said top dollar from Hit Row is in a Twitter feud with the Young Bucks because what he said on Twitter about shoes. Robbie says Shayna looking like Hannibal. Phone says, I'm dying laughing over here. This is just funny. Ha 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 ha. So he says, D, would you be a wrestling manager in WWE or AEW?
WWE doesn't really have a lot of managers.
Yeah, I'd have to do it in AEW because at least they have some.
Whose mouthpiece would you be?
Robbie says, I think AEW is starting now.
Is it someone?
It's getting close. And Ayla says, good night, Gabbers. I gotta go. Heart. All right, bye, Ayla.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's
Why are you
time
leaving?
to go.
It's rude. It's rude of you to leave. Rude. But is it any good? Why do chicken sandwiches taste so gross?
Said nobody.
Some of them taste pretty gross.
Said nobody.
They're kind of gross, some of them.
There's 22,000 people in there right now for that buy-in.
That's not even live chat. That's top chat. They didn't put their slow mode on, maybe?
They never do.
Oh.
So when I went to live chat, it all stopped. There it goes. I'm like, so why did it stop? There's Sasha.
Smashes. It's sausage.
There's already 33 thumbs downs and it hasn't even started. There's just haters.
People are dumb.
There's
Robots.
2.5 thousand thumbs ups. There's 23,000 people in there. Why don't you just hit thumbs up?
His domination lasted for less than 1 hour.
Oh, okay. That sounds about right.
He was the champion for less than 1 hour. Or domination, whatever you want to call it. I'm guessing that means being a champion. Says WWE, AEW. Raleigh says AEW buy-in starts in 5 minutes. Danielson versus Suzuki. Oh, what a match. Also, Tay Conte versus Santana Garrett.
Oh, I
Great
love
matches
Santana
tonight.
Garrett. She's my fave.
Sophie says, do you see the
Irritating.
NXT special shows be part of the main roster at some point? Ayla says, none of your business, devil woman.
Devil woman. They can't put all their special features on the main roster. It wouldn't
How
make
am
any
I
sense.
a devil woman? Rude pants.
You're kind of the devil.
How am I a devil woman? James howls in the chat. Hey, James says, guess who's back? Back again.
Brock. Or you.
Eminem. Film says WWE, AEW. I love both brands. Chris says Seth Rollins joins Hit Row. He talks about drip, so it's only fitting. Ayla says night. And Sophie says, why did they make this 2.5 hours? Film says, is SmackDown over? No. Ravi says, bye-bye, Ayla. Film says, I need the video. A thumbs up because I love this live stream. Raleigh says, to an AEW, Sophie, about your question. Unless they knew it was 2.5 hours months ago, not sure, just a guess. Sophie says, if Bianca beats Charlotte on Raw for the Raw Women's Championship, how will that affect her match at the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view?
Not happening.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
They're not going to do that.
Though they're having a Hell in a Cell match at Crown Jewel between those two.
Yes.
Nice.
There's a no-holds-barred match and a Hell in a Cell match.
Good for them.
Lots going on at this Crown Jewel.
Chris says, why does Sasha always sound like she's doing a Joel video? I don't know what that is.
Why did it just go here?
Why did what go there?
Like the show stopped and it went to there. The video has been removed. Are they not doing it or something? So AEW deleted it.
They're like, and we're not doing it.
All right, Seth's gonna talk. See, video has been removed.
Huh? By the uploader?
Yeah,
that's really weird.
The actual company deleted it. So there was 22,000 people in there, 23,000 people, and they're like,
they're like, and delete. Whoops, wrong button.
go live.
Technical difficulties.
Or Vince did it. Vince is like, yeah, this is going to be funny watch.
He's like, Robbie says, do you defo a devil woman just like the song?
There we go. Tay Conte coming out with Anna J.
There's a devil woman song. Film says, can't wait to see Mandy Rose on NXT 2.0, even though she is on there. I just can't wait to see her. Film says, come on, Sasha Banks. Ravi says, Sasha has that fake laugh. Haha. Minihair says, Travis, are you excited for Goldberg versus Lashley Part 2?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe it could turn into a good trilogy like Ali versus Frazier. LL, no, maybe not. Wishful thinking.
Right. Wilder Fury to be more recent. Look at that. Santana Garrett coming out if you're watching it over on YouTube.
AEW's YouTube
AEW.
for the buy-in.
She always wears the weirdest outfits. And then she wonders why she doesn't make it in the big leagues.
Raleigh says, Crown Jewel has a lot of good matches. Also, Street Profits versus Usos tonight for tag belts tonight. Nice.
I have a feeling these two are going to go ahead and hug each other and give each other high fives.
I'm sure. Film says, are Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH still WWE Tag Team Champions? Yes. They didn't put slow-mo on.
Who can read that many damn chats?
You wouldn't be able to. That's when you just don't. That's when you just pick one, read it, and then you do super chats.
Right.
That's it.
Just take it off my screen.
Exactly. It's annoying.
They're very distractive. Anyway, Seth is alive. He's in the ring. He's talking.
Yeah, he's just having a good old time
Back over to the women on
talking about
AEW.
himself.
We got an arm drag, another arm drag.
So not only did we get to hear from Stupid Edge earlier, now we're hearing from Seth to talk too.
Yeah, that's why they added a half hour to the show.
Fuck. Raleigh's like tag belts, and Vindicator says night. Ayla. Sophie says, so with Charlotte being the Raw champion and she is drafted to SmackDown, what are they going to do with the women's championship since Raw won't have one after next week?
Becky will take it over there, and Charlotte will take it.
They just switch the belts, guys. They're just women's champions. They just switch the belts. It's not that big of a deal. Why you guys? They do it all the time. This has happened before.
It happened with the tag team match last time.
Yeah.
The tag teams, they switched belts.
So weird, guys. Come on.
The Street Profits and the Usos.
They just...
No, not the Usos. The New Day.
Yeah. Whoever it was. They just came on to the same thing and then switched belts and then walked away. It's not that big of a deal, guys. Robbie says, is it on TV now? It is on their YouTube channel.
It is on YouTube.
Robbie.
So go AEW. So go to YouTube, go AEW, go to their homepage, and it's the live one.
Yeah. You probably won't be able to watch us. But yeah, unless you can watch it on 2 separate devices.
Santana Garrett just got
Film
kicked in the
says,
face.
Sasha Banks is
top.
trolling. Sophie
Tay
says
Conte over
AEW
the
tickets
top.
for tonight's show weren't great the last I read. Film says, what? And Robbie says, Travis, what channel is AEW on?
When it comes on, it's going to be on its normal channel, which is 138
TNT.
on Dish. TNT.
It's TNT. The channel is called TNT, though. Sophie says Santana Garrett versus Tay Conti fought in NXT TV last year.
Watching it right
Film
now.
says, you ain't no devil woman.
Anna
Whatever,
Jay
that's what
standing
I've
there
been
on the
told.
outside.
Just a devil woman.
It's like a piff show. Seth.
I didn't ask a
Get to the
trivia
point.
question. Oh, god damn, this guy's boring.
Seth's
Walter
been in that-
says, okay, bye, guys. See you Saturday for AEW right now. Buy-in is live before Rampage at 10.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is, Walter. On
It is on
YouTube.
right now on YouTube. Santana Garrett's doing fantastic. Little Snapdragon.
As Walter says, look on YouTube. I did. Exactly. That's where it's at.
These two work together in NXT also, I believe.
Supernova Zap says Seth is Mr. DeVille.
Right? Doesn't he kind of look like her? A little bit of a DeVille.
Only a devil. Not the way you think it's going to. Not the way you
I
think.
feel like one of Seth's eyes is crooked.
It's a shadow
It
that's
probably
making
is.
it seem like it is. Sophie says, or they could somehow set up a women's championship unification match to do something different compared to what they did last year with the tag championships.
Right, like they did at WrestleMania when they main evented the show.
The women are both down, and they're getting a count out by Aubrey over there on
She's at a, what,
the
a
buy-in.
5? 4?
Yeah, she made it to 4 finally. Sophie
Tay Conte's
says,
back on
or
her
they could
feet.
somehow set up a women's championship. I read that. Chris says, you watching AEW.
Watch them both, yes.
Robbie says, Seth looks like he has had a couple of boosters to get him through this promo laughing. Boosters or booters?
Boosters, it just means drinks.
Right.
Oh! I can't believe Zelina Vega. There it is. Look, bam, that's her finisher. She rode that donkey all the way around.
She did.
She's like, let me ride that donkey, donkey. Let me ride that donkey, donkey. I can't believe Zelina Vega is going one-on-one with Carmella.
How many people looked at our thing on YouTube?
With the mask. I don't know. I think the swimmer... Oh, I think Tay Conte just won it.
Did she win
I
on a
think
first
so.
Santana
2
Garrett?
and 3.
Oh, poor Santana.
I love Santana, but she's not part of the main roster. It makes no sense. Look at these two coming out together. Holy shit. Like, how's that legal to wear? And she's basically...
Did you see when she flexed?
Yeah, her titties went... bloop.
They
One
went
went
apart.
northeast, one went southeast.
Robbie says, you
Southwest.
do know what booters are, D.
Or
I
northeast.
do? Booters?
Northeast and northwest.
Sounds like drugs.
That's Argus.
Sounds like drugs, Ravi. Sophie says, isn't the triple threat SmackDown Women's Championship have a predictable outcome since only one woman in it is still on SmackDown?
Did they just make a deal?
I have no idea.
Zelina gonna go out there and cheat. They just made a deal not to make it dirty.
Oh, didn't they?
Carmella, I think Vindicator's probably taking a break, right?
Oh, I'm sure. Ravi says, yeah, you got it, D. Oh, okay, so it is drugs. Booters or some kind of drug.
Or maybe
Meth
a
or
pill.
something, or uppers, not
How the
downers.
hell can you possibly wear an outfit like this
Snorted,
and feel comfortable in a match?
snorted some
Her
cocaine.
titties are coming out, unless they're super glued in there.
Maybe they are super glued
They're
in
more
there.
boob out than in the cups. Am I wrong? Like, I'm not just being a dick. was saying, like, and it's all held together by this little strap in the middle. Vince already seen her break her top at a house show. And so he's like, go smaller. You know what I mean? Obviously, like, oh, that's way too big.
Many Gamer says, back in 25, guys, I still got some more presents to open. That's good. Robbie says, no, Lions D. I figured cocaine. I was going cocaine was my guess. What is my next guess after pills? Okay, here's a trivia question. How many episodes of Smackdown have there been so far?
Like ever?
It doesn't have to be an exact number, but it's over however many.
I know.
Robbie says, no, Lions D. Sophie says, Sasha is SmackDown while Bianca and Becky are on Raw now. Film says, ha ha ha, that was funny. Totally so funny. Meg, shut up. Why are you even making noises like that?
I don't even understand.
Which part?
Why the dogs were...
I don't know why she's being weird. Drug her. She needs to do some lines. Sophie says this is the only month where we don't have a WWE pay-per-view on a weekend.
We don't have one in December on a weekend either. Ah!
What?
We don't have one in December on a weekend either. And then are they going to start putting all the pay-per-views on Saturdays? Is that their new thing? And are they doing that because AEW did it? Because AEW was doing them on Saturdays, and now they're just doing them whenever. But their next one is November 13th. That's going to be a big one. I'm looking forward to that. Clear your calendar.
What day? What kind of day is it?
Saturday.
Okay.
Probably rainy, a little stormy. Maybe some cloud cover.
Sweet. Robbie says AEW with the recaps. They got to give you some information about what's happening in the background.
It's a buy-in show.
Film says SmackDown hasn't celebrated their 2,000 episodes yet. It could be around. I'm not sure.
Did you say 2,000?
Yeah.
I don't think Raw's got to 2,000 yet.
Robbie says, D doing your best Seth laugh impression.
They only get 52 a year.
Is that...
But I know Raw's went over 1,000, but I don't know if it's went over 2,000. That's a lot. I don't feel anything.
What?
It's where you want to end up. In a paneling basement somewhere that stinks of musk and beer.
With a whole bunch of gross dudes down there playing stupid games.
Ping pong.
That sounds exciting.
It's like Beetlejuice when they go through the wall. Mm-hmm. Like, where are we? You're dead.
The answer to that trivia question was over 600. So they've had over 600 episodes. It's a lot of episodes.
It is.
Sophie says some people have mixed reactions to having WWE pay-per-views on Saturdays instead of the usual Sunday. Sophie also says Raw's almost to 2,000. I think there's usually nothing on Sunday if you don't watch football, baseball, or hockey.
Right. Zelina Vega looking like a $100 bill. You know, she does look really good.
I'm going to beat her. I'm going to beat her.
What's wrong with her?
I'm going to beat her.
Is she stuck, maybe?
I don't know, but I'm going to beat the crap out of her.
Okay, you can't say you're going to abuse dogs.
I'm going to beat her. She's going to get beat.
On the tube. All right, Zelina Vega going one-on-one with Carmella. That's about ready to start. Is it going to start before the...
Twizzler.
I threw all those...
What the hell is your problem?
I threw all those away.
What is your deal? Why are you being weird? Huh? What's going on? Why are you being a wacko? Huh? Why are you being a freak? Stop being a freak. What? No.
All right, Carmella towering over Zelina Vega, but Zelina Vega's got big heart. She's not going to wear the mask tonight. She's sending off her mask team. So her mask team is gone. Now it's Carmella, Zelina Vega, Queen's Crown, Smackdown Finals, semifinals for the tournament, and it's happening now. 1 count already. All right, Zelina Vega, Carmella locking back up. And she rolls her up. Ooh, a quick 2 count. Getting close. Look at this. They're high-fiving each other. Playing a little grab ass. All right, spins around behind her. We actually get to see some wrestling, though, tonight, guys. Which girl is going to turn on the other girl first? I feel like Carmella would be the one that would turn quicker. But I wouldn't take anything away from Zelina Vega. She might turn as quick as a snake. Carmella pulling on her elbow. Zelina Vega is not going to give up. She's screaming no.
Is that better? Is that what you're freaking out about? The air?
Over on AEW, got a fish coming into the ring. That's a Bobby Fish. I'm not going to be calling too much of that match. Anyways, back to the ladies over on SmackDown. Zelina Vega in there with Carmella. Carmella got Zelina in an arm bar. They've had her in for 15 freaking minutes. Zelina Vega looking good in her white. Looking like an old-fashioned warrior. Like an Aztecian warrior. Rolls her up. Just a quick 1 count. Carmella with a thrust kick right to the face. That is how she beat Liv Morgan. But it did not make Zelina fall down. She's all bloody. I did it out of habit. I'm so sorry. Zelina Vega just attacks her like a wild woman. Carmella's going to need that mask. Oh, yeah. She's going to get her mask. She's getting her mask put on. She's putting her mask on. Her mask team's still there. She needs a timeout. She needs a timeout.
Is it cheating if she uses
Oh, Liv Morgan's got her mask!
Liv Morgan?
Liv Morgan's interfering in the match!
What?
Liv Morgan has like 4-inch fuck me pumps on. So she looks all tall. Zelina Vega, 1, 2, and 3! Rolls her up! Zelina Vega with the W, all because of Liv Morgan. Those aren't very good unless you got them out of the bag.
I got them out of the...
Did you dump the other ones out?
I did.
They were all like weird.
Yeah, I threw the other ones away and then I got the ones out of the... Not the new
Zelina
bag,
Vega
the bag that was there.
sneaks through. Remember when Luke was all upset because he thought somebody would interfere in her match?
Yeah.
And now she's doing it. I wonder if he's upset.
No, he's probably like, that's what should
Look
happen.
at those shoes that she has on. 4 or 5-inch fuck me pumps.
Is that what those are?
Is that what they call them?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure they're called fuck me pumps.
I don't know
But
what
they
they're
could be called something else.
They look like shoes you wear if you're like only 4'7".
Well, she's far under that. Look at that. Zelina Vega's already sitting in the crown. That means that she's going to fight Drop.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
She can't fight Shayna?
It wouldn't make any sense.
Why wouldn't it make sense?
How could it? I'm listening. Can't have 2 bad guys. And Zelina Vega can't lose to...
Robbie's like, Mela needs to bring back the moonwalk. She could teach MJ how to do it better.
Ooh, oh, Mela? Yeah.
Film says I was close. Sophie says there's no news on why they have been putting WWE pay-per-views on Saturday for random pay-per-views. And as Robbie says, no mask tonight for Mela. Film says yes, come.
She couldn't get it off.
Carmella. Robbie says I think Dewdrop or Shayna Baszler, Queen Cup winner.
Here comes
Whoever
Happy
wins
Corbin.
their match, it's not going to be Zelina or Carmella. Nope. Robbie says, quick roll-up should do it for Mela. Sophie says, I like having WWE pay-per-views on Sunday a lot more than Saturday. I don't know why.
So we're going to have Carmella Liv Morgan again.
Mm-hmm. Got Happy Corbin out here. Coming out here doing what
I want to
he's
see him
doing.
next to Tyson Fury, the world champion. They're about the same size. Corbin and Fury.
Mm-hmm. Robbie says Carmella would be good as queen because she's so shameless. Sophie says Full Gear takes place on Saturday in a few weeks.
Yeah, the 13th of November.
And both Day 1 and the Royal Rumble are also taking place on Saturday.
Yes, and there's no other announcements except for WrestleMania, which is supposedly on a Saturday right now. But are they going to do a Sunday also?
Raleigh says these two were a tag team or teamed up. Now there's one woman tag team, Rhea and Nikki SHG is unbelievable.
It's hard to lose your titles when there's nobody to go up against. Kind of a joke.
Film says yes, the lovely ladies on Friday Night Smackdown. Robbie says Dee is missing her mate Liv, interfering. Sophie says, wow, this women's match is lasting longer than last week's matches combined.
Yeah.
Film's like, what? And Sophie's like, where did Dee go? Raleigh says, what a shock. She's won her last 3 matches, Zelina, after losing about 7 in a row. What's going on with WWE booking?
They're just pushing some other girls.
And Film's like, what? Surprise face. And Robbie says, happy Corbin. Dee loves these bad wrestlers. Film says, I was happy to see Carmella. Yes, sir, man, if you know what I mean, yes.
Yeah, it's hard not to understand what you mean.
And Robbie's like, big up Dee, plowing through the snacks.
I'm helping.
They're pistachios. They're easy to eat fast.
It's hard for me to pump the brakes on these.
Chris says Mella kind of would be queen because she used to call herself the Princess of Staten Island.
Yeah.
But if she would have won, if she would win, she could call herself Queen of Staten Island.
Yeah, she's won Money in the Bank. They might as well have put it on her.
Can't now. She lost. Mella did. Anyways, what's happening on AEW's?
A fish. I said I wasn't going to call that match because I'm not a fan of the fish.
Oh. Thank you. Now I can take him out of here and put him in the other one. Should have just let you take the whole, like...
Love that chicken at Popeyes.
Put all your empty shells in the full shell bowl. I had to pick them all out. I'm like, I should just leave them there. So when you grab a handful, all you get is empty shells, and you'd be like...
Well, why do you have the bowl on the other side of you?
Because it's easier to put stuff in it for me. I didn't really get stuff for you, too.
Oh.
I don't know if they'll stay.
Well, we obviously have a commercial break right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have a fish out of water, lion out of the jungle, going up against Lee. Over on AEW, it looks like Lee's handling his own.
And Stephanie says, when do you think we will get the announcement that Mania will be 2 nights for the 3rd year in a row?
They have to hurry. So I would say it's going to happen over the next month or so.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have WrestleMania tickets go on sale at some point.
Film says, what I mean by what I don't believe Morgan showed up and distracted Carmella. Wow.
Unbelievable, right? Cheating. You know, and she got beat fair. And she was all bitter from it.
Bitter.
It's happy talk.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Kevin Owens is going to show up.
Maybe.
Same guy every week.
Happy talk, he says. Smiles on people's faces. As Robbie says, yeah, once you pop, you can't stop, right? It's kind of like eating popcorn. If it's really good popcorn, you can't stop eating it. You just shovel it in.
There is a fish. He's victorious.
Film says, can't wait to see Sasha Banks. And Sophie says, The Rock isn't scheduled to appear at Survivor Series this year.
Nope.
To build to his Mania match against Roman. They're
he's gonna
saving that for Mania of 2023.
Yeah, they're going to be filming Little Rock. Or whatever it's called. Isn't that what it's called? Little Rock?
Maybe.
Rock Young. Young Rock. Ah!
I don't know who they're talking about, but they're talking...
A chicken.
Oh, a chicken.
He has an existential crisis.
Because she went and saw a therapist because she has an existential crisis. Goodness. They are hilarious. Some dad jokes right there. He flew the coop.
They made an invention to make the inside of the car quieter, too. It goes right over her mouth. That was one of the Munsters. I watched a couple episodes. Shit. He just fell out of his chair. He's laughing so hard.
Film is smiling. Vindicator says Travis will never go fishing when Bobby is in the ring. LOL. I think he will go. He will align himself again with Adam Cole in about 4 weeks.
Can you imagine if O'Reilly leaves and goes there too?
Sophie says Bobby Fish and Leo Rush are also signed with MLW.
Oh, are they? Major League Wrestling? Uh-oh, look at this! Thank God. It's a new one. It's Rick Boogs!
Came here to listen to bad jokes.
He didn't come to listen to bad jokes.
Indicator says Supersized Smackdown has gone. I don't know what her problem is. Take her outside. Supersized Smackdown has gone by fast tonight. Only 35 minutes left. No.
No.
An hour.
It's going overtime.
They're going over. It's 2.5 hour show tonight. They're Vindicator. So it says we didn't find out that this past year's Mania was going to be 2 nights until a month or two before it.
Right, because nobody else was going to sell out that stadium. They have to get Dallas Stadium. They have to rent it.
Yeah. Film says heard a dad joke. Yay. Right? Ravi says, do you love a dad joke or two? Sure. Some of them are pretty funny. Film says, I love hearing the dad jokes. Pepper says, Owen says, Moss Corbin, shut your dumb mouth up.
Shut it.
Ravi says, Nakamura looking to kick ass. Film says, to be honest, I feel like O'Reilly should go to AEW just because of Bobby Fish. I don't know. Having mixed feelings about it. And Film's like, come on, Sasha Banks. She's not even out there. How can you have Sasha Banks when she's not even in the area?
I wonder if it's a coincidence that Shinsuke Nakamura is out there right now.
A coincidence? What do you mean? By what? What do you mean?
So if you're living in Japan and you could watch anything, would you rather see Shinsuke Nakamura or Suzuki?
Oh. Probably Suzuki. He's probably a very big, draw.
He was like the biggest draw in Japan.
Was he?
Yeah.
He's a champion. I don't know. I guess it
But
depends.
he's leaving, so it doesn't matter. That's a Street Profit.
Leaving? What do you mean he's leaving?
Like he was leaving. Like he's...
Oh, he left. Oh.
Street Profits! Look at that, they're dancing to it.
Sophie says the WWE is probably still talking to Texas about if they could do a 2-day Mania or go back to a 1-night Mania.
Right.
Maybe.
I like the 2-day Mania. But I also like the idea of having it all over in one day.
Right. Film says, come on, Sasha Banks, I want to see your beautiful feminine armpits. Yay. Let's go. And Robbie says, Suzuki, ain't that a car?
Kawasaki, whatever his name is.
It's Suzuki, and yes, it is a car or a motorcycle. Film's like, yes. Yes, yes. Go find out what's wrong with her.
I thought you did.
I took her to the water and she didn't want it. Go put her outside and leave her there.
Oh, stuck outside.
I turned the air cleaner thing off and they're thinking maybe that was her problem. You know how she's all weird about noises.
All right, I'll bounce when it comes back on. Unless you're good right now.
It doesn't matter. You can go. Rob was like, go the whole hog. Make it 3 days. Right? Just make it 4 days. Fuck it. Let's make it a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday.
WrestleMania weekend.
Mm-hmm. Just make SmackDown and Raw part of WrestleMania. Be done with it. Vindicator says Suzuki's entrance was too long. Almost longer than Roman with that ridiculous photo album montage. Right? That's very true. But they have a lot of...
Can't really open them.
Okay.
Let's use tools. I threw one in there.
Did ya? Was it completely closed too?
Yeah.
Oh, some of them... That one's not too bad. Anyways. Sophie says it might be cheaper to do a one-night Mania than doing a 2 nights since they are going to be in a different state. It just depends, Sophie. I'm sure it'll be the same as it was last year, right? That they decide a couple months before what will really work for them, and it depending on where they're at and how they play it out. I mean, that's quite a ways away. I mean, that's what, usually in April? And it's October. So let's say you have November, December, January, February, March. You have about 6 months. I mean, that's a long ways away for them to be saying whether or not they're going to have a 1 night or a 2 night or whatever is happening. So no crap. It's kind of funny. Suzuki and Brian Danielson, excuse me, are like the same height. That's pretty funny. Films like Suzuki, question mark? Yeah, that's his name, Suzuki. Sophie says it might be cheaper to do a 1 night. I already read it. Robbie says, oh, LOL, week long, 7 days. Exactly. But says Brian looks trim these days. Is Brie not feeding him? Oh, you know, it's that vegan diet where you eat tree bark. Film says, is Drew McIntyre going to try to win the WWE Championship again? Or will he win the Universal Championship against Roman Reigns? Film, I have no idea. Who did he get drafted to? Smackdown. Well, since he got drafted to Smackdown, as Travis says, then I'm sure it's going to be against Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns is still the champion. But who knows. Sophie says it will be funny if AEW does a 2-day pay-per-view event for one of their pay-per-views to see if they could pull it off better than the WWE does. As of right now, they kind of do that. But they're doing it during the week instead of on a weekend. They've kind of been doing pay-per-views during their regular shows. So they have a pay-per-view on Wednesday for 2 hours, and then Rampage they used as like part of their pay-per-view stuff. So who knows? Says, to be honest, I have no idea when will The Rock will go up against The Rock for the title. I think they're saying it for 2023. The Rock and The Rock. That's funny. Robbie says, haha, eating tree bark. You tried it then? No, I just figured that's what vegans do, is eat tree bark.
It's really good for you.
And grass.
There is a tree in Africa that if you ate the bark, you actually see dead people.
Is that like the Mumbai tree or something like that?
I don't know, but...
Or the really big one that you see out there? Like, they can be hundreds and hundreds of years old.
Yeah, like 20,000 years old.
Yeah, those ones.
I don't know if it's...
And they're like ginormous. They're like really weird looking. Because like the base of them are like really big and then they kind of like come up all funny.
Yeah, some of those are like 10,000 years old.
Yeah, those. Sophie says, They want to announce if it's going to be a 2-night Mania or go back to 1-night Mania soon, since they usually have tickets go on sale like sometime before the Rumble. They have like 6 months, Sophie, before WrestleMania even is a thing. Pretty sure that it...
They still have to find out. They have to rent the building.
Yeah. They have to know where they're going to go and have it. I don't even know if they've even decided where they're having it. Anyways.
Was this a title match?
Suzuki and Daniel, or Bryan Danielson, are like the same height. Like literally. It's a street fight, so I guess it's a championship.
Good.
Well, since they're announcing it, then it has to be a championship, right?
Ford's been working out. Look. He's got some muscles on his frame.
He finally got some muscles. Ouch.
He had to lift a little bit so he could be stronger than his wife.
Robbie says, DU going to any WWE pay-per-view? Probably not this year. Sophie says the WWE is probably reworking their pay-per-view schedule.
Since there's only one pay-per-view left this year.
Yeah.
In the United States. And we're not flying to Saudi Arabia.
Right.
I sent you the place for the tickets for Royal Rumble.
Mm.
All right. Anyways, in a street fight, both men are legal. So we got all 4 men in there. Jay's in a little bit of trouble.
I kind of understood this is for the titles.
Yeah, it's a street fight.
Okay. Sophie says, or looking at their 2022 pay-per-view schedule, we know they are going to Saudi Arabia before or after Mania.
Yeah, they usually go in February. February and October.
Robbie says, do you reckon Montez Ford could lift you now he's got muscles?
Yeah, he could manhandle her.
Sure. But could he manhandle Dewdrop?
No.
That is the question of the night.
His wife could.
Well, she manhandled Otis, so yeah.
Oh, fuck! Woo! Ford can just get it done.
And he got to stand on top of the desk. Wow.
I never told you about this little kid. This story I just heard.
Mm-hmm.
About a little boy and his sister.
It's table time.
Look at that. Dudley Boy style.
Pat McAfee's like, do you need me to get out of the way? I'll move my drink.
Oh, shit. They came through.
Nobody. Commercial!
Yeah, so the kid, the doctor was operating on the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she had O something blood. O negative, we'll just say.
Right.
And they didn't have any.
Oh.
And so they asked her parents, and she had a twin brother, and her twin brother was there. These are little kids, like 7, 8.
Okay.
And so they asked the little boy, or the doctor said, hey, would you give your sister your blood? And he said, yeah. Well, he didn't. He just got quiet. He looked at his parents, and he said bye to him. And then he left with the doctor. And he's like, I didn't think much of it at the time. But anyways, then he sat down, and they took his blood. They gave it to his sister. And he looks right at the doctor, and he says, when do I die? He thought he was giving his life to his sisters. The doctor's like, you're not going to die, dude. So he honestly thought he was going to die. He said bye to his parents, and he was giving his life for his sister.
I love kids. When they're all innocent and sweet.
Right?
But when they're psychopaths, nobody likes them. And Sophie says, didn't they go to Saudi Arabia like sometime after Mania? It was like one of their first pay-per-views there.
I think so.
Lieutenant Martha's in the chat saying, get the tables! And
Wasn't
Robbie
that
says...
the big Battle Royal or the Royal Rumble they had? It was right after Mania. But they had like 40 men in it.
And that was the one where they got stuck.
That was the one where
That was the one after.
that was the one where Homeboy comes running down to the rig and slides under it. Oh, catering guy that they say every week. Now I can't think of it. Otis. Odell.
Nope. Titus.
Catering. O'Neill. Oh, Titus O'Neill. I knew it was an O something.
Right? Sophie says they knew they wanted to get rid of TLC like a month ago. They had to reschedule everything. Chris says, Dee and Travis, you got to watch AEW right now. Brian Suzuki having a classic. I was telling Travis he needed to talk about it.
I'm watching
while
it.
we're on a commercial.
Not a huge fan of Daniel, but it is nice to see the Suzuki just drag him all over hell. All right, I need to stop eating those. I could never stop.
But we do have the Street Profits and the Usos back. There's a street fight for the tag team championships, everybody.
Usos!
So we'll see.
And one of my favorites, if not my favorite, the Street Profits.
Are you ready for them to win again? I think they're going to get the titles back.
I think they should. I don't think it's time, but I would love it. I mean, if they walked away with the titles right now, I'd be ecstatic. Oh, shit. They're just taking turns beating him.
Robbie says Brian finding it tough. Raleigh says, what a match on AEW Rampage. Danielson versus Suzuki. So good.
Did the Dodgers win last night?
That's what Aaron was saying.
I was too scared to watch. Yeah, they probably did. Not a surprise. They were the better team in the series anyways, but it did go game 5.
Did they win then?
Yeah, that would have been the end of it.
Oh, so they're going to the
NLCS. Play Atlanta.
I hope Atlanta wins then.
Yeah, definitely. Look at this beatdown. They're beating him like Reginald Denny.
That is horrible.
That's gotta hurt. Kendo sticks. Got about 18 minutes until Rampage starts. 4! Wow.
Just in time to catch him.
Can you imagine if one of those kendo sticks would have somehow got stuck and he would have got impaled by it that high?
That's horrible.
Well, that's what I was thinking. They both had him in their hands. He just backhanded him like a biatch. Ford's got a chair. And holds him up, kicks him right in the face with the chair that he was holding.
Well, Sophie says there is no news yet on what their holiday schedule would look like this year. Chris says Walter versus Suzuki would be a dream match because he would have a chop fest.
Walter's just so much bigger. I don't know.
And younger.
Look at Suzuki doing sit-ups, though. Who doesn't want to just repeatedly do sit-ups?
He doesn't.
He's done. He's like, I did too.
James Sotelo is in chat saying Red Sox are winning 3-1.
Imagine that.
Sophie says some years they tape Raw and SmackDown like a week or two before Christmas. Other times they do Christmas episodes of Raw and SmackDown live. Robbie says Usos or Lusos are boring. Sophie says they are taping stuff for Tribute to the Troops, which is scheduled for sometime in November.
I just need Atlanta to win so I can cheer for the National League. But I cannot cheer for the National League if the Dodgers win. And that means I'm going to have to cheer for the Red Sox or the freaking Houston Astros.
Cheaters.
That's hard, man. You guys don't understand how hard that would be for me. And I don't count last year, so I still feel like the Dodgers are still looking for their first title. Mm-hmm. Because last year doesn't count. Their first title in like 27 years or something.
Mm-hmm. Then says, oh no, what's Ford going to do?
Ford's going up top. That's what Ford's going to do.
And Chris says F Red Sox, Astros, motherfuckers.
Yeah, but it's better than the Dodgers. Anything's better than the Dodgers. I'd rather see the Yankees win. Double thrust kicks right to Dawkins' face. 1, 2, and 3. No! Hawkins kicks out. They're still in this. There's still hope. Suzuka just kicked Daniel Bryan right in the grill. Going into the ropes. Soccer style kick right to his chesticles.
Are we behind on this or something? What'd you do with it? Did you hide it? Is it under your... Okay. Just want to make sure we weren't behind or something.
Right. Ford going up top. That's
Robbie
it. 5-star frog. It's over.
Robbie's saying that the Street Profits are going to take the L, huh?
That's it. Ah, Anuso pulls him out. Looked like Jay pulled him out. Bam, rock bottom right on that table.
Ouch.
Ford is out.
Chris says Astros cheat to win just like Eddie Guerrero.
That's fine.
Robbie says Travis Defo sounding more and more like Cole on the commentary.
That's what we want to see, though, right? Is the Astros to cheat to beat the Dodgers, if it comes down to that, or the Red Sox. I don't care which one. And we know Alex Cora can cheat. He was part of that whole team when they were cheating. He lost his job for 1 year, and then the Red Sox brought him back. They fired him for 1 season. Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
James says, who do you think the most overrated wrestler would be?
Overrated wrestler? Ooh, that's tough. Right now it's Big E, but... You mean ever or right now?
Oh.
That's it. Double thrust kicks.
Is he going to get saved?
Both of them going up top. This
Oh,
can't
no.
work. They're both on the same side.
That's just not right. Oh, 1,
Splash.
2.
Splash. That's it.
They're like, we can do frog splashes too.
Bloodline rules, as Michael Cole once said about 30 seconds ago.
Vicky's Gaming in the chat. Hey, Vicky's Gaming. So his Survivor Series would have marked 25-year anniversary for The Rock.
That's all right. He doesn't need to be on there. Maybe he'll cut a promo or something.
Roberto is saying, y'all have a good night. All right, thanks for hanging with us, Roberto. Have a good night.
Still got about 30 minutes left. 40 minutes left.
Robbie says a win is a win in my book, and James Satella says right now. Robbie says Profits Big L. Film says the Bloodline rules. Chris says Drew Defo overrated. Punk isn't overrated. 2 true wrestling fans who actually watched his whole wrestling career. Film says I didn't miss Sasha Banks, did I? She hasn't been on yet, bud.
I'm sure that's going to be in that final hour.
Wrestling wise, anyways.
That final half hour, or whatever it is, when they're going one-on-one. There's Becky, though. Stunning. Stunning beauty.
Wearing her weirdness. Did you figure out what was wrong with her?
Let's talk about greatness.
I want to talk about Meg and her whining issue she
Yeah,
has.
I don't know what that's about, unless there's something beeping.
I didn't hear anything. Sounds like I'm not trying to be impatient. I just wanted to know if she shows up on SmackDown.
Oh, she's going to show up. It's coming up right now. Right now. You're going to see her literally in about 30 seconds. Unless they put a commercial in between. But
Sasha
Becky's coming
Banks
out
should be
right
coming
now.
out here in a bit.
They're bringing the champion out first. Maybe she'll get attacked. It's just weird that they bring the champion out first.
Mm-hmm. Rai says, do you rate Becky's promos? I do not, sir. I do not rate any of promos. I wouldn't even know where to start with promos and rating them, as I am not an expert on promos. Phone's like, okay, cool, cool. Didn't miss anything. Good, good. Becky, she's here. Uh-huh. Yep, she's out there.
With the Bexploder. We're going to see that tonight. It's one of my favorite moves. It's called a Baxploder, but they call it a Bexploder because of her. Daniel Bryan and freaking Suzuki can barely even move in this match. Both of them are sloppery wet with sweat.
Gross.
But who would rather watch men sweat or Becky? I'm going to say Becky. And when the boss comes out after this commercial break, I'm going to assume there's a commercial break.
Well, it says it's up next, so yeah.
We're definitely going to be watching that, too.
This is the last commercial break of the night.
Holy shit, they're going to go that last half hour without commercials. Woo!
That's what they said.
Again.
Again. I was like, asking, do you think her promos are any good?
Yeah, absolutely.
It depends, like, how she goes about her promos.
I wish she wouldn't talk about her baby.
Yeah, if she would leave her family crap out of it, it probably would be better. But they're not horrible. I mean...
They're fire. They're like, she's one of the hottest things in wrestling.
I understand that.
I mean, she's not going to go one-on-one with, like, Paulie Dangerously, but she's good. And the women she usually goes up against doing promos and stuff, they can't handle their own, let alone her. So, like, Sasha's not that great.
No.
Bianca's not that great. Mm-mm. She's okay, but she's not that great.
No.
Charlotte is. So
Charlotte's gotten better.
Those two could be fantastic together. Not as a team against each other, but
right.
Nobody wants to see that anymore.
Film says, yes, let's go Binks. And Robbie says, hello, Travis with the jokes. James says, was Servant Slaughter really a Marine?
I don't know if Sergeant Slaughter was ever in the military.
Film says, it's expensive, is killing me in a good way. I'm loving it.
Looks like Daniel Bryan won.
And Film says, oh, Charlotte.
Daniel Bryan won, it looks like, guys.
It's kind of weird.
The Suzuki is broke down. I think it just got old.
You think?
Yeah.
Poor
Sometimes
guy.
that happens. When you wrestle and you don't know how to comb your hair or brush it or cut it right. Got all sorts of weird stripes in his hair.
Chris says Brian beat Suzuki.
He did.
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like happened over there.
We got about 8 minutes before the main show starts up.
I wonder who's going to come out and talk. Just kidding.
We gotta have to do something. Look at that. Ruby Soho versus the Bunny tonight. Mm-hmm. On Rampage. CM Punk, Matt Sydal.
That's up next.
Yeah, that's gonna start out the show. Because they want to get at least a few people watching during this.
Right?
About 6 minutes and 35 seconds.
Oh, Robbie's trying to talk out his butt that Sasha is good on the mic.
Come on, buddy.
You got props, dude, if you think
She's
that she's good on the mic.
And sometimes she's good at it, and sometimes it's
really bad.
Like the one she did tonight wasn't so bad, but the one she did on Raw, terrible. But, I mean, to each their own. And
right.
So maybe she has to be motivated.
Maybe. Robbie says Soho should be cleaning up in that fight.
Yes.
Them says meant to say Monday Night Raw. She's on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. So what are we talking about?
Charlotte, I guess?
Yeah, she's wrestling on Raw.
Oh, that she's on Monday Night Raw. But he loves her, I guess. Robbie says Sasha's good, though. Not really. Twelve-time women champion. 12-time.
She's got so many damn titles that they don't know how to count them.
They're like, how
She's got
many?
a Diva Championship.
Do you have
She's
14?
got a whole bunch of Raw Championships.
Do you
She has a
have
couple
7?
Smackdowns.
26, 84. Made a mess in my chair.
Like Argus.
Not that kind of mess. Crumb mess.
Next Friday, Charlotte's going to be full-time SmackDown. Is she still going to be champion, though? Or are they going to give it to Bianca and then let Becky lose?
I don't know. I think that'd be really weird if they did.
It would be really, really weird because then what would even be funnier, though, is if Becky fought Bianca for the Raw title and beat her. Because she already took the SmackDown title from her, so now she's going to take the Raw title from her.
Robbie's like, D, well, tell that she ain't a 12-time champ like Square. Being able to cut good promos doesn't mean that you're a champion all the time. Charlotte was actually really bad at them for a while. Yeah. She's gotten a lot better as time has gone on. She's probably practiced a lot. And that's what you have to do, right? These bitches need to, like, put in the work. And if you don't put in the work, you'll never get better at it. Right. And that's the one thing that I don't think Sasha really does a lot of.
Go listen to Hogan's promos when he was in AWA, the AWA. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, Daddy, I'm sitting here. And it's like, he's one of the greatest ever on the mic. But in the AWA, he wasn't.
Right.
He'd say, hey, Daddy. That was his thing. Instead of, hey, brother. It's, hey, Daddy. But then it turned into, hey, brother, and then it took off. And the rest is history. You know what's funny is when they started bringing Hogan back after he was retired, and they kept saying the, hey, brother, oh, brother. I never remember hearing that when I was a kid. It's like his trademark. Mine was always, Mean Gene. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Right. Vindicator says, I see McBossman has broken up Tegan and Shotzi, which is unfortunate, but hopefully Shotzi gets a shot at the SmackDown Championship.
She should. Why not? Charlotte will make short work of her, I would assume, but it'll be a hell of a believable feud.
Mm-hmm. Ravi says, Sasha has put in the work. She doesn't. She doesn't because she's always gone. You can't be gone and put in the work.
Might be working on it when she's not there, but it's hard to do in your mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to practice there too. But
the thing of it is, Robbie, is what I've noticed with Sasha and Bianca Belair does a little bit too. They start getting emotional about what they're doing, and you can't do that. You cannot get that emotional. I mean, in the sense that they're starting to get flustered and angry about what's going on, and then they can't talk, and then they just sound stupid.
Sasha, only girl that walks in a straight. She could walk a tightrope, just walking straight down the street, one foot in front of the other. I don't understand how she doesn't fall over.
She twists her feet.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love that. She has my favorite walk to the ring of any woman.
Mm-hmm. She does have a good walk down to the ring. I liked AJ Lee's because she skipped.
Yeah, the skipping.
But she was crazy. Nobody else can do it like her. Like, what's her face tries to do it and it looks stupid. Carmella a little bit, but Bliss, she kind of tries to do it sometimes and she just looks fucking dumb.
She just walks out and does this. I don't know what it means or whatever, but I'm holding a toothpick, so it'd be all 5 fingers out.
Robbie says Natty is bad on the mic.
Yeah, she's not the best. Here comes Bianca!
Vindicator says, Travis, were you impressed by Danielson's win tonight?
No.
Robbie says, I admit, yes, he is a fraud on the mic.
There's no way he's going to lose. Can you imagine if he'd have lost tonight, what that would have done? I just don't feel like that would have been a good idea.
Film says, if Bliss returns from her surgery, should she show up at the Royal Rumble or Fastlane? How would you book her return?
If she's ready for the Royal Rumble, she goes to the Rumble.
According to whatever surgery she's having, it doesn't take a lot of time to come back from it.
Now, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Maybe that one's already on it. Does that say it's in that little circle?
You don't want small. You want the... It's already on it.
That's what I asked, if that's already on there. That's TNT?
I don't know what... No, that's NBC.
That's what I was asking. Anyways, they have started. It looks like Bianca's on the side there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, make me over. Let's go way on the top.
Vindicator says commercial free 30 minutes. I wondered
Becky's
who
showing off
twisted
the guns.
McBossman's arm to make that happen. Robbie says EST is just annoying with her walk. Just stop.
You know
already.
what's funny about this, guys, is AEW is doing the same thing.
Yes.
So there's not going to be a commercial
For
during
the
this first
hour.
half hour, basically. Depends on how long the Seidel match lasts with CM Punk. Meg!
Oh my god, just go put her outside. Holy Jesus. Film says, yeah, it's the best. I miss AJ Lee in WWE. Vindicator
Right,
says,
Becky
I didn't
gets lit
realize
up.
Belair's abs were so perfectly defined rocking that 8-pack.
Yeah, she's got a few of them up there.
Super Time, the Friday Night Smackdown. With no commercial breaks, what are you guys going to do? Oh no.
Well, who needs commercial breaks?
So
And you have
Becky is back
recaps.
to wearing her regular attire that she wore before she
Yes.
left.
Yes, it looks like she's back to normal.
Back to her regular outfits with her
Drops her
big
down.
high top pants and her weird
Trying to go to the
shirts
disarm
that she
her.
has.
Couldn't get it. Down from behind. Another one. Why does she keep trying to do it?
I don't know. Robbie says, come on, Sasha. Piccola says, I was getting my craft beer on, stopping by to say hello. Hi, Piccola.
Good to see you in here.
I'm glad you're getting some craft beer for a
Oh
Friday
my
night.
gosh, she has 2 patches over her boobies.
I know.
If she had tits, that would be sexy, but she got nothing.
Film says Becky showed her armpits. Oh, yes, even better. And Ravi says, Piccola, big up. What craft beer you recommend? And Luna says, I just realized you still have the old live stream thumbnail of former WWE superstars. You guys never changed it. Haha, yeah. We're just confusing everybody with our thumbnail.
It's fine. Daniel Bryant was on TV tonight. It's fine. It all worked out for everybody. See him drunk up there. He's coming out.
Film is like, woo.
Got Bexploder in here with Sasha. You got CM Punk over there on AEW. He's going up against Matt Sydal from Rydell High. Bianca Belair is at ringside. There is no commercial breaks, guys, on either show.
On either one. There's going to be action, 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 talking, action, action, talking.
So we will not see a commercial the rest of the way through. I don't know who it's brought to you by or who's eating the time. Is Fox eating the time, or they're going to show a Snickers bar in the corner?
Piccola says it's Oktoberfest brews here in the U.S. And Robbie says, no, D, just lazy to change it. Haha. I don't do that work. That's Travis. So tell him he's lazy.
I'll build a new one. I built that one a long time ago.
Piccola says they are mostly German-style bitters. And Ravi says, cool, Piccola. Fluttergoth says, see you next Monday, everyone. Fluttergoth out. Bye-bye. All right,
take care, boss. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on your way out.
Make sure you watch the rest of Smackdown. It's got another half
Right,
hour
and
to
Rampage
go.
has an hour to go.
And Rampage, if you're into that one, has a
Whoa,
whole bunch of time
Becky
left.
over the top. Sasha going right after her. Sasha doesn't look that tough anymore. Or not Sasha, sorry. Becky doesn't look that tough anymore. When she came back, she kind of looked tough, but she just doesn't look tough there. It's like, I feel like they're hurting her character. And by the way, she did not choose to be a bad guy. Double knee right into the post.
Ouch.
A lot of people heard the rumor that Becky chose to be a heel. And when she got back, they said, hey, you're going to be a heel. She was like, okay.
Alrighty then. Wow, who am I making mad this week? Film's like, it okay, but I would love to see the thumbnail of Roman Reigns wearing a t-shirt that has your logo. That would be epic. We could make that
the way to
happen.
go. I could probably figure out how
We
to
could
do
pretend that he's wearing our shirt. So, Seidel supposedly is getting a one-up over there on CM Punk, and now he's working him over.
Right.
Sweet.
That's
Barf.
your play-by-play over there on that. Very monotone. It looks like Matt Seidel's over there doing something. Anyways, Seidel from Rydell High School. Going one-on-one against Punk. I think he was dating a pink, wasn't he? Wasn't he dating one of those pinkies?
I have no idea who or what you're talking about, actually.
Rydell High, it's a show, and there's the pinks. There's the
Oh,
girls and the
I
pinks.
didn't see what you're talking about. Robbie says Sasha's shins gotta hurt. Even I felt that. Ha ha.
Oh, yeah. It feels like electricity going through your body. Becky gets up, leg sweep, flips her over, and drives her face right down into the canvas. 2 and Sasha
And a
just
kick
kicks out. Bianca just sitting there shaking her head. You are on a microphone like the radio. You talk.
She doesn't say anything.
Megara, shut your mouth.
Robbie says Becky with a lazy cover like Dee would do. Oh, you think?
Those lackadaisical covers.
Lackadaisical.
And get you nowhere. You can't win championships with lackadaisialness. Unless you're Sonya Deville from earlier tonight. She was very lackadaisical.
But she won, which is okay.
Because she's champion. Of the GMs. Adam Pearce isn't going to fuck with her.
Well, no. Why would he? Oh, Sasha gave her a arm roll. Whatever that is. Oh, and then did something. Oh. Another one. Trying to do some suplexes over here. That's 3. Banks is like, I gotcha. And the other one is like, no, you didn't. Becky said no, guys. Becky said no. Film says, and make him say, buy the merch. Robbie says, D, how you hyping Sonya with that win? Very monotonish like. Film's thumbs upping, and Vindicator says lackadaisical is a really big word, and I really don't like big words. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Vindicator. There you go. But yeah, if anybody's a huge CM Punk fan, he looks like he's winning. He popped his neck so he can really get into the business over there. Becky missed getting up on that second rope. Had to break her hold. Gave a big fat leg drop to poor Banks. But Banks got out of it on a 2 count. And we still have Belair supposedly over at the commentary desk saying absolutely nothing. Because what you're supposed to be doing is being a biatch while they're doing their thing. And they're not. Ravi, yeah, it uses letters in the alphabet. Film says, I think Sasha Banks' armpits are beautiful and phenomenal. That's amazing. Should go over to the other side, look at Matt Seidel's and CM Punk's armpits. Should throw her outside where she belongs.
I don't throw her, but
Jesus.
I didn't manhandle her.
I would have
What do you think I am,
manhandled her ass
Bianca
out there. Get out there.
I'm more like Ford.
Go over, hey, out there in the grass, you bitch. Jesus. Vindicator's like, Dalethea, you think Becky will win on Sunday?
Thursday?
On Thursday, you mean?
Yes.
Why not?
Becky needs to win. They can't take the belt off of her already. It'd make no sense.
I just want him to have Sasha and Bianca Belair have a fight for a while because I'm sick of either one of them.
They're going to be on different channels.
I don't care. Robbie says EST is a ham roll. Well, she doesn't talk, so who knows what she is. And films like heart face with weirdness and armpits. Love.
And then you got to put Sasha against Charlotte for a while over there, too, and have her lose and then move on.
Right? Something.
And then at some point, Bayley will be back. I can't
Yeah.
remember exactly when she got hurt, but
But she hasn't been whatchamacallit, so we don't know.
that
when
time she landed it, the double knee.
She's kind of a free agent right now, old Bailey. She's on the,
Shit again.
hurt roster, so we don't know where she's
Right,
going.
that injured reserve.
She's on the injured reserve list right now.
The disabled list. Which is insensitive to disabled people, I guess. Oh, shit. That might have hurt Becky.
Is it insensitive?
Yeah, they had to change the name of it in baseball.
Did
To the IR or whatever. Injured reserve. He used to be the disabled list, but it was insensitive.
They should
See
just
how
call it
hard
the
her-
retard list and be done with it.
Oh, Jesus. What are you, a retard? Or what is it, a retard?
Retard?
What are you, a retard?
Philip says, come on, Sasha Banks, win the match. You got this. Don't try to, fancy it up there, Joe Dirt.
Right.
I'm jealous against my heart. That's all I know what to say.
Why isn't she talking? She's even almost whispering.
I have no idea.
Turn her mic up! WWE, turn her mic up. We can't hear her.
She can't talk. Like, Becky, when she was over there, I don't think Cole or McAfee got a word in edgewise.
Right, last week.
Becky
That's
was
it.
like, blah, 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 blah.
Becky wisely falls it to the outside.
She's like, I just gotta roll with this. Vindicator's like, Sasha is crying a little, just like Morgan. You see there is a crying in wrestling, which makes it different from baseball. Whatever.
Can't
fucking
cry in wrestling.
baseball, too. Robbie says, just like D. Just
That
like
bitch
D,
have
what?
a fucking pair
Crying?
of scissors behind Bianca?
You crying?
What does she have in her hand?
Who?
The woman in the audience.
I don't know.
Looked like she had a pair of scissors.
Ouch. I haven't looked. Maybe it's her legs. Just kidding.
Yes. Get off the floor, Sasha.
Jeez. Although that's where you belong. No, I'm just kidding. Philip says no. Why I don't like
shit!
dudes' armpits. No thanks.
Ew, nobody wants to see a dude's armpit.
Women armpits.
She's got her in the
have
bank
more
statement on the
to turn on
floor.
than a man's armpits. No thanks. I'll stick with the ladies. Sweet.
She should tap just for fun.
Robbie's trying to.
I think she's
yes
tapping.
to the bank statement.
I think she was tapping, but they're on the floor.
You can't tap out there. Phil's
What up
like, just being
top?
honest. That's a nice film.
Sasha! 5-star frog splash! Eddie Guerrero style. 1, 2, and Becky kicks out.
She did a few suplexes earlier, and they talked about Guerrero's stuff too.
Oh, she didn't let go? She did it 3 times?
Yeah, huh?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, look, Eddie Guerrero style, some suplexes.
Yeah, he taught her.
Oh,
He's
those are
her mentor.
all that good stuff. She learned from Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She's old. She's like 32 or something.
damn. So I thought he died like 20 years ago.
I don't know when he died. Maybe he didn't teach her.
Film says, I would love to see that match, Sasha Banks versus Charlotte Flair. That's probably will
it's
happen
gonna
at some
happen.
point, my friend.
We are going to
She
get that
is
match.
on that brand, so
They're together.
it could happen. And they usually push Sasha into championship roles, so
No, that's because she's a fan favorite. Look
it's
at
a
her.
good possibility.
Oh, shit. She goes throw that foot up in the air. Becky moves.
Becky gave her the women's right there.
Oh, shit. Flying elbow.
The women's right. Jesus.
I want to see her just win it clean, but they're not going to do that. They never do that shit.
Not with heels. Robbie says, come on, D, let Sasha have her time.
Roman gets them every once
She
in a while.
has her time all the time, Robbie. Like,
She just
they
was champion.
always have Sasha
Beck
be
Explorer
champion
right into the
and stuff.
ropes. Becky cheating a little bit.
Becky!
She's just trying to extend that rule a little bit, you know?
Right? Vindicator says, so SmackDown outlasted AEW at least time-wise. I still think Bayern probably had a more favorable show. Bayern was only for an hour, and Rampage is on for an hour. So technically, Vindicator, AEW is on for 2 hours tonight. They just did some of their show on YouTube, and the other part is Rampage on their TNT channel.
And it's on right now.
And the first half hour of both shows is completely commercial-free.
Okay, we don't know how long the first match is going to be. The first match is commercial free on AEW.
Oh.
But if it goes a half hour, it goes a half hour.
It might go a half hour.
I
Does he
doubt
have
it.
to get his money's worth or their money's worth?
Right, that's why they like to put Punk at the beginning of the shows, because they can do it without commercials. That's why they did the Daniel Bryan and
Suzuki
Omega,
on the other one. Oh.
fight when they did it at the beginning of the show.
Oh, because everybody's like, well, I'm not going to the bar yet, so.
Well, that, and they don't have to run commercials in the first part. They can make up for it at the end. So the last hour, they have to put the commercials in. The first hour, they can kind of take them out.
I was like, hey, we want some Bailey. Hey, we want
pushed her
some
right
Bailey.
into Belair. Belair just got nailed.
Nice. Becky's like, what?
Sasha with the double knee.
Phil says Bailey is free agent. That's what I'm talking about. And Ravi says, not really, D. They normally screw Sasha. Not really. They push her to
She was a
championships
champion
all the
not
time.
that long ago.
And she was the champion for a long period of time
She lost it
that
at WrestleMania.
Normally, they screw her by making her only champion for a little while, like they do Charlotte. But this last
Oh, no,
one,
Becky got her knees up.
this last championship, she had it for a long time. She had it way longer than she normally does. Randy Paul is in the chat. Hey, Randy says, hey, all, I'm sorry I'm late. Oh, you're fine.
You're
Thanks
fine.
for hanging
We
out
are
with us. Ravi says,
in the
haha,
wrong hour.
EST got slapped. Randy Paul is like, Sasha Banks is crap.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't go that
Tell
far.
us how you really feel. Where's the passion?
She's got a great bottom. I don't know what you're looking at. That's good. So
A
somehow,
bottom looks about as good as it would on a bigger girl. Come on.
right,
Ravi's like, D, Sasha should be champ.
not always.
But she can't be champion every single time. Some other people have to be, the champion.
She's not Roman Reigns.
But she had it for a long time after
shit.
Bailey
Disarm her!
lost.
No, she doesn't have it all the way locked in. Once
trying to
Bianca
block it.
gets up, she's going to come and interfere in this match. Because she got knocked out.
Right.
She's still down, by the way.
Yeah.
From
She's
one
starting
elbow.
to try to get up a little bit.
From one elbow, though.
She's like, oh my gosh, my chestal area hurts.
Like, bitch, ain't like you got no boobies. Big uppercuts. Three
Three of them
European
in a
uppercuts.
row. And it
Big
kicks to the
spin
gut
kick. Looking like Jean-Claude Van Damme out there.
with the bump on the forehead.
Picks her up. It gets rolled up. Becky gets out of it. Just aggressively attacks her.
Yeah.
Backstabber. Into the big statement. It's over. She's going to tap.
Nope. She's like, no
Oh,
way.
wow. She got there quick.
She's like, oh, hell no.
That's like what you'd call a no-sell.
Robbie's like your gal Liv she be champ? No.
Bianca just hit her.
Liv should never be a champion.
She just cheated. Now this time, she's going to get pinned. Now Becky's getting beat. That's what makes me think that she's going to win the whole thing because she keeps getting screwed.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen too.
The Go
I
Home
think what's
Show.
going to happen is somehow it's going to put Sasha and Bianca against each other.
Uh-huh.
They're going to beat each other up enough, and she'll probably come in at the last capitalize on them hating each other. Because it's not like they have any love for each other either.
Oh, shit. Seidel just had him pinned, but the referee stopped counting.
Why did he stop counting? That's not cool.
Because it would have looked weird if he would have won.
Because it's CM Punk.
Yeah, he's like...
That's pretty pathetic.
What's he doing? Get 2 chairs in the ring. Is he trying to get somebody to sign a contract or something? They have to
Why
do
do
this.
they even need chairs?
Look, it's so funny. They got to get it done, and there's no commercials, so they have to do everything live on TV.
Right.
I thought Becky already signed.
I thought they made him already sign too. Film's like, no, come on, Sasha, you are this close. Robbie message retracted, and Sasha's with the big W. Yes, Robbie also says, what the F is Adam going to do?
Looks like Punk just won, guys. Punk just won.
So he pretty much was he pretty much was going to lose.
Matt Seidel
Paid
just
off the
lost.
referee under the table to stop counting, and now he won.
Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, and Brock Lesnar are going to sign their contracts right now.
Is that what that is? That's what they're going to do in the last 10 minutes. So they did a half-hour extra,
For a contract signing.
and they're having this fucking shit on? Jesus, let's end it now. I don't even care if I don't even care what happens.
Yeah, everybody else in the world is turning it on because they get to see Brock Lesnar. And you're trying to turn it off because you
It's
get
fucking stupid. What a dumb thing to do. Films like I imagine Becky Lynch having armpit stubble. So sexy. No lather. Sweet. That's gross, dude, but okay.
What country do you
Robbie's
live
like,
in?
Adam is
She
so
should braid
pointless. Robbie's like, not mine.
Do you like watching boxing and MMA stuff when they carry the cards like this? Just
Film.
wondering. Whoever likes the
Film Nation. It's
Film Nation, under God.
I mean, I'm glad that you have a body part you enjoy, but I really don't want to hear about it all
My
the time.
favorite part is the bottom of a boob.
Which part of the bottom of the boob? The boob part that's connected to the body boob underneath?
Yeah, like...
Or the curve part that you just cup in your hand boob part?
That's the same thing, I thought.
No, because the other part's way stuffed in depending on how big the boobs are. If it's connected, then of course it's
I just
underneath.
like it from the rib cage under to, I guess you could say, to the areola, but not really. That's my favorite. Maurice has a couple pictures where she's in like this pink thing, and you can see her under boob. It's on the Mrs. channel.
Yeah. Film says, congrats CM Punk for winning. Robbie says, D, can you give Vince a bell and tell him how you feel right now? Ha ha. Vindicator says, never expected Philip Jack Brooks to lose anyway. He won't be defeated until facing someone like Hangman, which would send Dalethea into a frenzy of satisfaction.
Wouldn't that be nuts? Let's get this paper signed.
They totally made a mistake.
Did you say steak?
I did say steak. They totally made a mistake. The referee forgot he was paid off for CM Punk to not lose. He almost made a boo-boo, and they remembered that CM Punk slipped him $100 under the table.
That's big money for those referees.
It doesn't probably take much. He probably threw out a signature too while he was at it, because we see a Parker.
And Brock witness.
Phil says, P.S. just to say it was honesty. I would love to see Bliss have hairy armpits.
You just braid it, right? I could see it.
It's so gross.
Just be like...
So gross.
Here he comes!
Probably wouldn't be so bad, but then they decide to do that, and then they don't wear deodorant or anything.
The Brock
so they
Star.
have stink.
It's the Brock Star.
Robbie's like, Brock should win.
Brockaroni and cheese.
Is that what it is?
Come on, you can throw one out.
Broccoli and cheese is good.
Brockaroni. Not broccoli and cheese.
Broccoli with cheese is good. It's the Brockmeister!
Brockaroni, the San Francisco treat.
It's Brockambo.
The Brock and Roll Express.
It's the Brockinator.
Sit back in time to please one lucky lady. Sable. Here comes Ruby. So
over there on AEW.
This is going to be all distracting over here.
AEW with the bunny. Old Ruby and the bunny happening over on that side. Film says, I love women's hairy armpits. Sweet, man. Vinegar says, Travis, what if referees have their own union? Wouldn't be a good idea, huh? Zelina would likely approve, though, LOL. At Brockaroni and cheese, that should be a trademark t-shirt. Film's like, I'm ready to see Adam Cole, baby. Piccolo says, Brock around the clock. Brock the cash bomb.
You can do it all night.
I was like, they should get some Axe spray like D. Ew, gross. Film says, what are you doing, referee? Do your job. Piccolo's like, Brock me Amadeus. Vindicator says, speaking of VF, Witchcraft just came out with mac and cheese flavored ice cream. Sounds totally gross.
Oh, come on. That's disgusting. Brock's all sorts of comfortable.
Are they going to mix it? Are people going to get Kraft macaroni and cheese and then ice cream and ketchup ice cream with it? Gross.
Bradshaw was talking about Brock in one of his interviews, and they asked him how big of an asshole Brock was.
It's Brock Van Dam.
And and he said to him, he said, Brock's not an asshole at all. He's like, he actually volunteered to lose to me because I was a veteran at one of the pay-per-views we were doing.
Oh, yeah?
And Vince said, absolutely not. But he's like, no, I'll lose. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I can get it back later or whatever.
Right?
But anyways, he beat Bradshaw. But.
Pickle's like Brock and roll all night and Paul Heyman every day. Film says, to be honest, I don't care what people think of it. It's gross. I'm just living the dream.
You got to make sure that Paul Heyman didn't throw in a clause in there. Wouldn't that be great if Paul Heyman put in a fucking
Weird
clause
that help too, though.
The Usos had to be in a box above the ring or something, a shark cage.
To help Roman?
Yeah, win. No, Brock win.
Oh, to help Brock win somehow?
He just signed it. He don't give a fuck.
Film's like, hey, I'm glad you guys are not judging me. I really
Done.
appreciate it. Dude, it's fine. You can like armpits, hairy,
like whatever you want.
You go for it, buddy. If that makes you happy, awesome. Was that a beep?
Yeah.
Was it a beep in our house?
No, it was my alarm.
Oh, okay.
It's saying to go have a fire outside.
Film says broccoli with cheese as a wrestler name. LOL, that's a good joke. I like it.
Brock's cowboy boots are like 100 years old.
They're very worn. He needs to get them resold.
See, he's trying to jam that wedge in there. Look at Paul Heyman's face.
And he leaves. He's like, and fuck yeah.
With my advocate, Paul
Fuck yeah.
Heyman. Poor Paul Heyman's face. He's
Paul's like,
look at it.
I put a what? No.
Look at Roman.
It never happened.
Roman's like a scorned lady. What do you mean he's cheating on me?
I kill him good. I cut off his penis.
The guy's like, I don't even know her name. It's like, it's your ex. You know her name just fine. Did you text her today? Did you text her?
You probably have her shit memorized.
I can't help it.
Robbie's like, Brock just cooked Roman, and Luna says, well, goodbye, everyone. Bye, Luna.
Wow. What a fantastic evening for wrestling. Hour and a half.
It's Brockzilla.
Brockzilla. Brockzilla.
Film's like, I love the wrestling gap. Sweet. And God bless, she is out for this evening. Also, thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on the video tonight. We'll definitely see you guys tomorrow. I won't be here, but Travis will be for AEW to hang out and watch that with him.
That Finn Balor versus Xavier Woods or Jinder Mahal.
Look, it's Brockzilla.
Brockzilla.
Robbie says, D, that name is jokes. Totally joking. Film says, your thoughts. What do you think about Brock Lesnar's new haircut?
Love it. Or lack thereof cut.
He's very happy about it.
That is next Thursday, guys. Make sure you're here. Somehow find a way to be here.
Somehow be here. Be square.
It's usually when we get banned.
Yes. I'm so excited for
We
it.
may get banned again.
Yay! Banned! Saudi Arabia shows. La la la.
All right, well, we're going to go. We're not going to watch the last half hour. Well, I'm going to watch it, but we're not going to
do it
broadcast
live.
the last
We're gonna leave now.
half hour of Rampage.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We really do appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Each and every one of
Safe
you.
weekends.
Yes, be safe out there. As Ravi says, Brock looks like a
the
lumberjack.
substances at a minimum, if you can help it.
Just be safe, whatever you're doing. Make good choices, people. Make safe choices for everybody involved.
Make good
especially
choices.
for yourself. Take care of yourselves. Love yourselves, everybody. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will be back for tomorrow night. Travis will be definitely for AEW. So don't forget to be here tomorrow for AEW.
Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gap. Bye-bye. Hopefully that worked. It did not. It's because that's right there.